is over. Welcome to Salem Lions High School football. It's game time on WSLM 97.9 FM. The pregame show on WSLM 97.9 FM is brought to you by the following sponsors:
John Jones Auto Group, McDonald's of Salem, Salem Crossing, Meadowview Healthcare, McAllister Land Consulting.
Also brought to you by Salem Speedway, Washington County Tire, Schneck Hospital, Papa John's of Salem, City of Salem Parks Department, and Marshall Monument.
And we are back for the waited-for all-season Week 9 matchup tonight between the Salem Lions and the West Washington Senators. We are here tonight at Paul A. Graves Athletic Stadium at Jim Ralston Field. And we have currently on the radio, we are on 97.9 FM and 1220 AM, so we appreciate everybody tuning in and listening tonight as we have this long-awaited matchup in front of us, Zach.
Yeah, Brandon, back when I played football and even today, this is the day you go and circle on the calendar and wait for, Salem, West Washington.
4 years ago tonight, me and Zach senior night. 4 years later tonight is senior night for the Lions here tonight. We're going to be recognizing all the fall sports seniors. But I'll tell you one thing is we've got everybody here tonight.
Yeah, we got a packed crowd, Brandon. Indianapolis Colts are here tonight. We have senior night, Salem, West Washington, free admission for students for both schools. It's a packed crowd tonight. It's a beautiful weather. It's a great night for football.
Yeah, we've got the Colts here. We've got the Senators here. We've got the Lions here. We've got all the fans in the county here, and we have also the Hellas Turf Company here as well for the fields that they put in this past year.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, the Colts put in the same type of field this off season. I think it dated back to like June, July. It was after the Olympic trials, swimming trials. And it's kind of a partnership that they're bringing in. The theme tonight for the Colts is Hellas Turf in Indiana.
Okay. I didn't know that. So that's good for the listeners out there to understand. But we have got a big matchup in front of us, not only because it's a county rival, but because the Lions are playing for the county championship tonight.
Yes, they are. We had a three-way tie last year for the county title. West Washington's going to be fighting to do the same thing, and Salem's going to try and bring home the bell.
Yeah, the Lions have not won the county championship since 2021. That was Coach Thompson's last year, or was it? No, it was his first year. His first year as a coach here. No, Coach.
That was the second year. 20 was his first year.
So 2021 was Coach Thompson's second year. Coach Gleesing, this is his second Week 9 matchup. First chance at a county championship, though. He can get his first Washington County championship under his belt tonight.
Yeah, that is correct, Brandon. I know the players, talking to a few of them, they're excited for this game tonight.
Absolutely. How can you not get excited for this? Again, it's Week 9, Lions versus Senators. Made the 15-minute drive over here to Salem. And it's going to be a tough matchup tonight between the two.
And you really can't ask for better weather for football.
No, it's great weather tonight. A little cold this morning. I was on the golf course at 8 a.m. Frost on the ground. It was cold. But for now sun is starting to set, probably low 60s if I had to guess. Little bit of wind in the area, but nothing too bad here. So we are happy to be back out here for another Friday night. And especially when it's county championship night.
Yeah, I got here pulled up the weather, 62 degrees and 4-mile-an-hour wind gusts.
Yep.
Sunset in 30 minutes.
Ball's going to fly well tonight in the air. It's not too cold, not too hot. But let's go ahead and get into it. First, I'll give us our fans some stuff for Salem. So the Lions come into this game tonight 3-5 on the year. Did win that Week 1 matchup against North Harrison here at Jim Ralston Field. Then we went on a 5-game losing skid and just couldn't get out of it. We lost at Silver Creek, at Scottsburg, here against Brownstown, at Springs Valley, at Corden. Then we traveled down to Pekin for Step 1 of the county championship. Took care of business down there at Eastern, 37-7. Hosted the Pirates of Charlestown last week, and took care of business pretty single-handedly there, 42-22.
Yeah, and Of those 42 points, the Lions put 30 of them up in the first half. It's hard to lose whenever you have over 400 yards on the ground, and half of that come from Logan Dent.
Yeah, and that takes me to my next point of our impact players for the Lions tonight. Number one impact player of the night, obviously, is going to be number 4, Logan Dent, sophomore running back, and the kid is out an outstanding year this year. He'll cross over 1,000 yards tonight. He's got 128.6 yards per game tonight, and he's in the top. I think he's 6th in the conference. I'm not 100% sure on that. But he's got 125 carries on the year, 900 yards exactly, and 10 touchdowns for the Lions. Last week, best game of his career, 26 carries, 231 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, Brandon, and those stats are great at any high school game, let alone whenever you're talking about a sophomore.
Yeah, absolutely. Next key player for Lions, got to be number 6, Noah Deaton. Senior running back, going to get recognized tonight on senior night. Obviously, he's going to want to play hard. It's his last true home game that's not a playoff game. But Noah comes into this game averaging 36 yards a game on the ground. He's got 38 carries for 254 yards and a touchdown this season. But the kid has held on to the ball phenomenally. He has not turned the ball over this year.
Yeah, starting out the season, turnovers was killing Salem. That is probably the number one reason we had that rough stretch there, and then we'll get into penalties, but that's for a later topic. But to hang on to the ball like he has, it's very impressive.
Yeah, and the kid gets hit hard every time. He's not a big kid. He comes in at 5'6", 140 pounds, runs hard. Nobody's ever told him that he's small, but he runs hard. And last week he had 7 carries, 49 yards, 7 yards a carry, and a touchdown. Put his first touchdown on the board last week, had a great end-around run, worked phenomenally for him. So then our next key player is going to be number 1, Adam Mull, senior quarterback, 228 for 57 passing this year, 407 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. He's got 49 carries on the ground, 345 yards, and 4 touchdowns, and that did include a huge touchdown run last week at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, 76 yards, I believe.
Yeah.
It was the first time he carried the ball, the very first play he carried the ball, took it to the house, opening statement for the Salem Lions against the Pirates. If you hear a little bit of background noise, we are honoring the seniors as we speak, but we're going to continue with our show.
Yeah, before I get back into the last impact player, I want to go over the seniors here. We've got number 1, Adam Mull, number 6, Noah Deaton, number 25, Noah Lee, number 32, Seth Ponsford, number 52, Brady Briscoe, number 55, Noah Dalton, and number 63, Braxton Backus. Those are obviously, a lot of those kids start on the year, and so it's going to be, sad to see him go after tonight.
Yeah, senior night, though, at home, nothing beats it.
Absolutely, especially when you're playing West Washington.
Yeah.
So our last key player for Salem is going to be number 8, Braxton Dean. He's a junior wide receiver for the Lions. Kid has huge potential for next year. This year he actually played running back for a couple games, 19 carries, 52 yards on the ground, receiving 19 receptions, 310 yards and a touchdown. Obviously, if you guys have listened to us for most of the year, you're going to hear that Lions don't throw the ball a lot, but the kid does have a touchdown through the air and also over 300 receiving yards.
Yeah, Brandon, talking about Braxton, during dinner one night, we talked about it. We got to talking about Braxton and the potential he has, and then we found out, we knew it, but it kind of sunk in. He's just a junior. He's got a whole nother season ahead of him.
Yep, and that kid's a stud. He's got a lot of potential in front of him. Kid's going to be great next year. So my keys to victory tonight, I've just got 4. You've got to keep your minds right. I think you have a point. You're going to touch on this as well. You can't make stupid mental mistakes in a game like this. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a competitive game. Mental mistakes, unnecessary penalties after the whistle and stuff like that, that's going to get you beat in a game like this.
Yeah, and I'm going to kind of have stuff to play off this when we get to my key points.
Yeah, I saw your point in there. So my second key point is kind of what we've said for the last 2 weeks. We've got to keep the offense rolling. We had only put up, I think our most points on the year up until a couple games ago was 22 points week 1. Last week, 42 points. Week before that, 37 points. So our offense has been rolling the last couple weeks, and we have got to keep that going tonight especially.
Yes, I definitely agree with you there, Brandon.
Number 3 key point is must capitalize on opportunities. West Washington is known to turn the ball over. However, with that, we've got to take advantage of those mistakes that they make, and we have absolutely got to put points on the board off of those mistakes.
I'm going to get into that when I get to Mike.
Yep. So my last key point, and I've already mentioned it, is for the Lions, the county championship's on the line tonight. It means a lot, especially when you hear, you look at this game on your calendar all year, Week 9, West Washington, whether it's here or at West Washington, you always want a chance to win the county championship because it is the first title that you can win on the year.
Correct.
The county championship's the first title that you can win, and obviously you want to start with that before you start going into the sectional and all that.
Yeah. I'll give you a quick rundown on what West Washington's season's been like. Opened up against Eastern Musketeers. They lost that 6-21. Then they had hosted Clarksville. That was a shutout win, 39-0 against the Generals. And then the third leg of that home stretch was Mitchell with another win, 35-6. Things change up. They travel to Springs Valley over in French Lick. They lost 15-55. And then they are back home again to take on the Rams of Paoli. They lost that one 6-42. They were on the road at North Davies, lost that one 6-14 in a low-scoring affair. And then Week 7 was another low-scoring affair, a loss to Perry Central 6-16. And then last week at Crawford County, West Washington took down the Wolfpack 34-0.
I'm sitting here, Zach, before you get to your points, is I'm looking at their schedule, and, they're 3-5, but they're not a 3-5 football team, it doesn't look like. They got beat by Springs Valley, one of the best teams we've seen this year. Got beat by Paoli. They're ranked in 2A. Got beat at North Davies, another good team. So, they lost 3 games in a row right there to good teams.
Yeah, and then going back to Eastern, it's the first game of the season, county rivalry game, jitters. There's so much going on. Nobody knows quite how to fit into your role yet.
Yep, and I heard a lot of turnovers were what kind of shot them in the foot there.
Yeah. We will go on now to the key to victory. First, we will talk about some impact players for West Washington. I think the first one's got to be Gavin Hunt, number 19, junior, quarterback, defensive back. He can throw the ball.
Yeah, I had an honor to work with Gavin last year in the off season, kind of getting ready for high school quarterback and stuff. And the kid's solid. He's a great quarterback. He's a smart player. I look for him to be a big impact in tonight's game for the Senators.
And then we also got number 4, Hayden Morrow, junior, wide receiver, DB. I hear the kid has a set of hands on him.
Yeah, I don't really know much about these two, but I do know these are the kids that Gavin sent me that are going to be the big names to look out for. So obviously Gavin sees something in them, so I'm looking for them to all play a big impact tonight.
And then the third player I have is number 32, Tyler Miller, senior, running back, defensive end. He runs the ball hard. He plays with an attitude.
Absolutely.
All of those players are led by Coach Jeremy Lowry. He is 19-18 in his 4th year at West Washington. He is 47-37 in his 8th year overall. In 2017 and 18, he was at Paoli. With that 2018 season, he did win a sectional for the Rams. 19 and 20, he changed it up, moved north, coached at LaPorte, and then starting in 21, he's back down south. He's here at West Washington.
Yeah, Coach Lowry, we both know him. He's a local guy. Great football coach. He was at Salem for a year or two maybe. West Washington has a great leader in front of them.
Yeah, and even on a personal level, he's a great guy.
Absolutely.
So then that leads me into Zach's key to victories. The first and foremost, we got to keep pounding on offense. Rushed for 411 yards last week, and as you pointed out, 231 was by Logan Dent. It's hard to stop any team when you can put that many yards on the ground.
Absolutely.
Number 2, keep forcing turnovers and capitalize off of them. Kind of to spin off of what you said, last week we had 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles against the Pirates. I believe all of those led to points, didn't they?
Yeah, I think all of the turnovers resulted in touchdowns, and that's how, honestly, we put up so many points so quick.
Yeah, that's over half our points right there.
Yep.
And then county rivalry game, let the playing do the talking. Don't let your emotions interfere with your gameplay and your mental mistakes. No bonehead penalties, anything like that. Last week, penalties were rough on the Lions. We had a total of 9 penalties that tallied up to 79 yards. It was a dominant win last week, but in a close game, that can be a factor.
Absolutely, and something we talked about is last week we saw something I don't think either one of us have ever seen in a high school football game. We saw an ejection for kind of just a boneheaded mistake, and that's not something you can do in a game like this.
And because of that ejection, that kid will will not be dressing tonight.
Yep, that was number 78, Jacob Metz. So he is out for the night from the ejection. Another player that we have out tonight, I forgot to mention, is one of our big names, slot back, is number 7, Karis Moore, going to be sidelined tonight with an undisclosed reason.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
We don't know what it is. We don't want to speculate. We don't want to cause rumors. And then,
go ahead, Larry.
Karis Moore has bruised ribs.
Oh, okay. So he's out with bruised ribs. Okay.
And then we move on to our.
Okay.
And then we move on to our next point. We must play as a team, keep playing as a team. Starting with Pekin, then Charlestown. You see what happens when we play as a team.
Yeah, those are the best two. Those 2 games we looked the best we've looked all season by far, and we've got to keep that together tonight.
And then key to victory, morals, play with your heart. Senior night, home, big night the way it is, you got to play with your heart.
Yeah, and I think that point can be tied into another one of your points is you want to leave it all on the field tonight because it's senior night. You're playing a county rival for the county championship. However, you've got to play smart and keep your heads on straight.
Yes. We go to just some other national level games. Tonight, the number 2 Oregon Ducks are taking on the Purdue Boilermakers in Lafayette starting at 8 p.m. We have Saturday at noon, number 6 Miami of Florida takes on U of L. And then Nebraska is at home against number 18, I believe, the Indiana Hoosiers.
16, they moved up.
16. Indiana Hoosiers, big noon on Fox. And sold-out game. I don't remember last time IU had a sold-out game. Big things are happening in Bloomington.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't tell you, if we've never seen Fox Big Noon Saturday in Bloomington, great football team up there at Bloomington. Zach and I are going to go see them later this year. But they look to continue their undefeated streak and move on throughout the season.
Yeah, we got the Colts here. The Colts take on the Dolphins at home 1 p.m. Sunday.
I think the Colts will pull that one out for sure.
They are the favorites.
Yep. So for you Salem fans out there, we'll go ahead and talk about a couple other things. In the MSC this year, Brownstown is 8-0. They're obviously in the lead of the MSC. But, however, tonight they play Scottsburg, who is 6-2, and Scottsburg has a chance to win the conference tonight because
correct.
The conference rankings are based on your conference wins, and both teams are undefeated in the conference. So they're playing tonight for the conference championship. Then at third, we've got North Harrison 6-2, and I believe Salem is the reason that they're not in the chance to win the county or the conference title because Salem knocked them off for week 1. Fourth is Corden at 3-5. Fifth is Silver Creek at 3-5. Sixth is Salem at 3-5. Charlestown at 1-7 in seventh, and Eastern at 1-7 in eighth. So big game over there for Brownstown and Scottsburg tonight. A couple other games locally in the area tonight is we've got Paoli 8-0 at North Knox 2-6. Paoli will probably knock them off pretty easily. Corden is at home against Silver Creek tonight. Both teams are 3-5. Obviously, everybody knows that Corden has faced an unfortunate tragedy last week as number 12 Bryce Gerlach unfortunately lost his life at Harvest Homecoming. But obviously, everybody in the local area tonight is honoring him we will have a moment of silence about 5 minutes before kickoff here tonight. Obviously, our prayers go out to the Gerlach family.
There is donations being taken at Salem for this game, or for
the Gerlach family, yeah, at this game. North Harrison, 6-2 at home against Providence, 7-0. Providence is a number 2 in 1A, correct?
I believe so.
One of the best teams in the state, obviously a very solid team, but they're playing a very solid North Harrison team who has won, I don't know, like 4 out of the last 5 games, I think.
So
Brownstown is again at home against Scottsburg tonight.
Big game for the MSC.
Big, huge game for the MSC as the 2 best teams in the conference play tonight. And then on the bottom side of the conference is we have Pekin at 1-7 at Charlestown tonight, which is also 1-7. So we get a battle there for last place in the conference.
Yeah, going back to the Brownstown-Scottsburg game, at the beginning of the season, I don't think anybody really had Scottsburg up there the way they've been performing this year.
No, and that has been led. Another note I've got here is Salem has played 2 of the state's top 10 rushers this year. We've got Christian Hamilton from Springs Valley currently leading the state in rushing yards. The kid is having an outstanding season. And then number 7 in the state is Landon Shuck from Scottsburg, and he's been the powerhouse kind of behind that Scottsburg offense.
Yeah, Shuck, he's a true athlete, just catching the ball, running the ball, all facets of the game. Shuck has made a difference out there at Scottsburg.
Yeah, absolutely. So this past weekend, if you didn't tune in, the sectional drawing did happen. Salem is at home against Clarksville in sectional 40. West Washington is on the road at South Decatur in sectional 47, and Pekin is on the road at Paoli in sectional 40. And those, again, are all next Friday, and you got to tune in for that. Zach and I will be here calling the game between Salem and Clarksville, and obviously Salem looks to move up into the second round of the county champion, or the sectional round there.
Yeah, and if Salem advances, we will take on the winner of Tell City and Crawford County.
Yes, and if that game is away, if we do play Tell City, the second game, if we beat Clarksville and we play Tell City, we'll be at Tell City, and I think we're at home against Crawford if they beat Tell City.
I think you're right.
But so the Lions are led by Coach Gleason, Brian Gleason, his second year at Salem. He has a 6-13 record at Salem. He's 126 and 122 in his 22nd year as a coach. And tonight he's got a big matchup in front of him with the Salem Lions and the West Washington Senators.
Yeah, as the starting lineups are being announced and the teams are about to take the field, we're getting closer and closer to kickoff. 8:50 on the board till this game gets kicked off. Brandon, I am looking around. We have packed stands on both sides. This Salem crowd is probably the best crowd we've had in a long time here.
Yeah, this is a big crowd over here. You guys are probably going to hear it through the, just the background noise, but it's packed. There's not a whole lot of seats left. The Lions are making their way down the ramp right now to make their way onto the field, and the Senators are currently in their locker room, but like Zach said, stands are filling in. Everybody's excited for this Week 9 matchup here, and there's nothing like Week 9 football around here.
No, there is not.
So we will step aside real quick and take a short break, and we will be back for a little bit of talking just before the national anthem. We'll take our moment of silence. We'll get this game kicked off, Zach.
WSLM 97.9 FM. This has been the Salem Lions pregame show, brought to you by the following sponsor.
John Jones Auto Group, McDonald's of Salem, Salem Crossing, Meadowview Healthcare, McAllister Land Consulting.
Also brought to you by Salem Speedway, Washington County Tire, Schneck Hospital, Papa John's of Salem, City of Salem Parks Department, and Marshall Monument.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward Rehabilitation Program offers a full range of therapy. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're good at insurance, but not just any insurance. We're good at...
No.
Did you forget the parking brake? Yes, you forgot the parking brake. Insurance. When the forecast calls for cheeseball-sized tail insurance. Even shouldn't have parked under that tree. Insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Call your Washington County Farm Bureau agent, Jason Petmeyer, at 812-620-8923.
And we are back here with about 6 minutes before kickoff. Zach and I are ready. The Lions look ready, and they are pumped up on the sideline over here.
Yeah, Lions are pumped. The home fans are pumped. I don't know about you, but I'm pumped.
Yeah, I got cold chills. I get cold chills every night we're watching a high school football game. Like I said, it's senior night here at Salem at Paul A. Graves Athletic Stadium at Jim Ralston Field tonight. And the Lions are at home tonight to play the West Washington Senators. Thank you all for tuning in at 97.9 FM or 12:20 AM into WSLM Sports Zone. Tonight we come to you again from Salem High School, and we are getting ready for kickoff here. We've got about 5.5 minutes before kickoff, but yeah, Zach, I see the excitement from these fans, and they are happy to be here tonight.
Yeah, this is the most excited, like I said, I think I've seen our fans all season.
Yeah, how can you not get excited when you're playing a team from out west and you just, you've got that feeling you've waited 8 weeks to play them, and now you finally get the chance and you're ready to take them on and see what you can do against them.
Yeah, West Washington is getting ready to take the field, I believe. Cheerleaders are lining up.
Yep.
Like we said, we will have a moment of silence here in just a minute for the Gerlach family in that tragedy. That will be after the coin toss.
Yeah, normally we play commercials or any kind of break here, but I think tonight it's fitting just for us to kind of leave some silence there for the fans at home as well. But for now, we're going to hear the national anthem, and we will be right back.
And you see by the dawn's early light, was so proudly we hailed at twilight that streaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the pale of fire. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets
And we are back here about 2.5 minutes before kickoff. Again, about 1 minute before the game, we will have a moment of silence for Bryce Gerlach. For those of you who don't know, he was a Corydon High School football player. You probably heard us mention his name a few times a few weeks ago. Unfortunately, he tragically lost his life last week in a shooting, is what I'll say. And unfortunately, for that family, he was on his way to college to play football. He was going to Marshall to play football and to play soccer, I believe is what we talked about earlier, Zach.
I don't remember.
Okay, I think that's what it was. That wasn't me and you. That was me and Cam. But anyway, he was on his way to be a two-sport athlete at a D1 university. So we will have an honor of silence to kind of, recognize him and his unfortunate loss of life. But for right now, the captains have moved onto the field, and we are ready for the coin toss. Zach's writing down the captains here, so I'll keep my eye out for the coin toss to see what's going on. But we have a huge football game in front of us tonight. It is the Salem Lions against the West Washington Senators, and both teams are 3-5. Lions are fighting for a county championship tonight. The Lions have won the toss, elected to defer to the second half, so they will be kicking off first. The Lions will be on defense first, and the Senators will be on offense. But for right now, before we make everybody makes their way onto the field, again, we will have a moment of silence here, and that will be right now, so we will be right back. All right, guys, that is the conclusion of the moment of silence. Obviously, everybody keep the Gerlach family in your prayers as they are facing some very unfortunate times and some very tough times for them. But now the clock has hit 0 for the pregame clock, and the Lions kickoff team is getting ready to set and come out on the field. Again, you get to hear Zach and I, whether you're listening on 97.9 FM or 1220 AM. We appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. And if you're not out here, hopefully you're listening at the home. But for tonight, the crowd here at Jim Ralston Field is huge. The Lions Stadium, the Lions side is packed. The West Washington side starting to fill in a little bit more. It's also packed. We've got people standing up and watching this game, and this is the biggest crowd Salem's had all year.
Yeah, but it's going to be a big night. Like we said, senior night. Indianapolis Colts are here. It's a great night for football.
Yep.
I'll go ahead and name off the captains real quick. For West Washington, number 8. Hudson Kretz. Number 32, Tyler Miller. 52, Alex Ouchin. And number 72, Colin Hasty. For the Lions, number 1, Adam Mull. 32, Seth Ponsford. 52, Brady Briscoe. And 55, Noah Dalton.
And Braxton Dean with the kick, and it's a low kick to about the 30-yard line, fielded by a Senator. He crosses the 30, crosses the 35, and is brought down, and we have started our action here tonight with a kickoff return by number 23, Colton Brown, for the Senators, and the Senators will take over 1st and 10 for their first drive of the night on their own 36-yard line.
Brandon, it's here.
It's here. Week 9 has arrived. Salem versus West Washington. Obviously, both of these two teams, I wouldn't say they hate each other. They definitely don't like each other.
Yeah, it's not friendly when it comes to this week.
Yep, so West Washington is breaking the huddle as we speak. We've got Coach Motts even standing up outside the booth here. But West Washington comes out in an I formation, heavy right formation, one receiver on both sides, tailback and a fullback. There's a snap, toss to the tailback. He takes it up the middle, crosses the 40-yard line. Great run there for the Senators. That's going to be number 4, Hayden Morrow, on the run. And that is going to bring up a 2nd and 6 after a 4-yard run there by Hayden Morrow.
Yeah, that was a good stout run there on first down, getting to 2nd and medium.
I'm mistaken. That was not Hayden Morrow, I don't believe. I'm not sure what number that was. It was something with a 4, I know that. But it wasn't him. So the Senators, Hunt drops back to throw, swings it out left to his running back, and he gets the first down and is brought down by number 14, Lenny Wynn, at the 50-yard line. So that's going to be about a 10-yard pitch and catch there from number 19, Gavin Hunt, to number 32, Tyler Miller, for the Senators.
Yeah, Brandon, I think we're going to see the Salem defensive backs get tested tonight.
Now, there was a flag on the play, apparently, so that is actually going to call this play back. I did not see the flag come out.
I did not either.
So it's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Senators. So instead of being a 1st and 10 at the 50, we're going to have a 2nd and 11 at the 35. So that first running back was number 24, Isaiah Dennis, actually, for the Senators. So number 24 there for them. So the Senators come back to the line, I formation, fullback and a tailback. Hunt hands it off to the fullback up the middle, and he fights hard for a big gain. Gains about 9 yards there. That running back was number 22, Jamison Collier there for the Senators. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 2 for the Senators at their own 44-yard line.
That was a good stout run there by number 32. Lower his head right down the middle.
Was it 32 or 22? Did I mess that up again?
I thought I said 32, 22 I meant.
Okay, I thought I messed it up again. So with 10:30 here to go, the Senators have the ball 3rd and 2 on their own 44-yard line. Hunt brings his team back to the line under center. There's the snap. Hunt's going to keep it himself, run across, take a big hit from a Lion, but he does get the first down. It's going to be a 3-yard pickup there for number 19, Gavin Hunt.
Yeah, Brandon, it's been a story of the Salem season. On the offensive side, trying to convert 3rd down, and on the defensive side, trying to stop a 3rd down.
Absolutely. So the Senators do have, I'll go ahead and call it this since I'm not really getting to call it formation. Senators do have a receiver wide on each side. They're coming out right now, two wing backs with a running back in the backfield. Gavin Hunt is under center on this 1st and 10. He's got two slots in motion, which is going to obviously blow the play dead. That's going to be another 5-yard penalty against the Senators, so that's going to bring up a 1st and 15. But we had number 32, Tyler Miller, and number 24, Isaiah Dennis, both in motion together. Obviously, that's a flag, so the refs threw it. So it's going to set the Senators back to 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
Yeah, and you're seeing a lot of tempo here from the Senators offense. You know, they're breaking the huddle, but they're coming with tempo when they call their plays.
Yeah, the receivers are just kind of standing out wide. The line, the running backs, and the quarterback are huddling up, and that's about it for them. So they're breaking the huddle, come back to the line. Wingback set under center. Number 22, Collier in the backfield behind Hunt under center. And there's number 24 in motion. There's the snap. Hunt hands it off to Collier up the middle. He pushes forward for another gain of about 4 yards there. That was 32. That's Tyler Miller. Their numbers are hard to see, Larry.
Yeah, kind of the way they pack in tight whenever they break the huddle, and it's kind of hard to read it.
So I was mistaken. That was number 32, Tyler Miller, on the carry there for the Senators. So the Senators break their huddle here. That's number 22, Jamison Collier in the backfield now, behind Hunt under center. There's number 32, Miller in motion. Hunt fakes the pitch, hands it off underneath to number 24, Dennis, who gets forward for about 4 yards there. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 7 for the Senators, and this is a big 3rd down stop here opportunity for the Lions.
Yeah, if you can get your opponent into a 3rd and long, that really helps the defense out. It's a lot easier to stop a 3rd and long than a 3rd and short.
Absolutely. So the Senators are just short of the 50-yard line by about 6 inches here. There's 8:27 to go here in the first quarter. Score obviously 0-0. But Hunt brings his team back to line under center. Number 22, Collier in the backfield. There's the snap, and Hunt drops back, swings out to Collier, and he is wrapped up by Adam Mull just behind the line, finished off by a group of Lions. It's going to be a loss of about 2 yards there on the pitch and catch between Hunt and Hunt and Miller. But so that's going to bring up a 4th and 9 for the Senators, and they bring out their punt team.
Yeah, Salem swarmed. There was probably 3 or 4 defenders right there to get the ball carrier down. You love it when a defense can swarm to the ball like that.
Absolutely. So Gavin Hunt is the punter back deep for the Senators. Back deep to receive for the Lions is number 32, Seth Bonford. There's the snap, punt by Gavin. It's a good punt down to about 17-yard line. Bonford around the left side has a little bit of room to run, breaks the tackle, and is brought down hard. And that's a flag for a late hit, and that is a terrible flag because he was inbounds when he got hit. But for the moment, that return is down to the 35-yard line, so about an 18-yard return there for the Lions. But there's going to be 15 tacked on here for the Lions, and they're going to get to start their drive about the 50-yard line.
Yeah, that's already going to be the 3rd. They're calling face mask against West Washington.
I didn't see it. Did you? I saw him.
I don't know. He kind of whipped around in a weird way. But that's already the third penalty on the Senators tonight.
So it was a 5-yard face mask there against the Senators. So the Lions are going to start their drive here, 1st and 10 on their own 41-yard line with 7:30 to go here in the first quarter. And we've got Lenny Wynn in at slot here for the injured Karis Moore tonight. But Mole's got his team at the line in gun with Dent on his right, a receiver outright. And here's the snap. He fakes the handoff to Dent, hands it off to Deaton around the end, who is brought down in the backfield after a great tackle there by number 8, Hudson Crest. And that's going to be a 5-yard loss on the first play for the Lions.
Yeah, that was a well-read play there by Crest and a nice form tackle to top it off.
Yep, he hit him low, wrapped him up, and brought him down. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 15 for the Lions after a 5-yard loss on first down. And they now have the ball at their own 36. Mole brings his team back to the line. Dent and Deaton in the backfield. Mole under center. There's the snap. Toss out left to Dent. And he breaks a tackle but doesn't have too far to go after that. He's going to push forward for about 5 yards. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Lions already.
Yeah, prior to last week, we were a 32.5% team converting third down. As you can tell from the scoreboard, we did very well. We really weren't in third down.
We were only in a few, and I think we got them all. I don't think our punt team ever saw the field last week.
And I would love to see that momentum carry over to this week.
Yep, so the Lions now have a 3rd and 10 on their own 41, the original line of scrimmage. Mole in gun with Deaton and Dent in the backfield. There's the snap, takes the hands off. Mole's going to keep it himself up the middle. He's got a hold to run through and is tripped up after another great tackle from number 4, Hayden Morrow, there up the middle. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 3 for the Lions after a 7-yard pickup there for Adam Mole. Now they face a 4th and 3 on their own 48-yard line. What do? Do you go for it?
You got to go for it, especially this close to midfield. I really can't justify punting like this.
No, I agree. I go for it here. So we got 5:45 to go here in the first quarter. Lions have the ball, 4th and 3 with score is 0-0. Mole comes out in gun, Dent on his left side there, one receiver outright. The Senators are shifting their defense around. There's the snap. Mole drops back to throw, and he throws it to number 14, Lenny Wynn. He catches it across the 50 and is finally brought down about the 40-yard line of the Senators. So that is a huge 4th and 3 pickup there. He picked up about, what are they going to mark him at? He's at the 39, so it was about a 13-yard pickup there for number 14, Lenny Wynn there. And that was a great play there for the Lions to get a first down.
You know, and I don't know that we see that route combination very much. It was
an out and a fade. Just kind of a simple combo there. So Lions back to the line on their own on the Senators 39. Mole under center. There's a snap. There's a flag on the play, and it's going to be a offsides on the Senators.
That is what they are calling. Penalties are killing West Washington already. 4 penalties this game. 20 yards and penalties already for the Senators.
Yep. So that's going to be a 1st and 5 now for the Lions. This ref down here really doesn't like West Washington. Every flag that came out of his pocket was been on him. I'm not really sure what that flag was for. I didn't see anybody offside.
I was looking down, writing something down. I didn't see it.
So Lions back to line, 1st and 5 on the Senators 34. Mole under center, Deaton in the backfield. There's a snap, toss out left to Deaton, who's got some blocking in front of him. Got some room to run around the left side, and he is brought down about the 19-yard line. So that's going to be about a 15-yard pickup there for number 6, Noah Deaton, and that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for the Lions at the 19-yard line.
That was some good, solid running, but as good as the running was, the blocking was even better.
Yeah, he had Logan Dent, the main running back, out there in front of him blocking and gave Deaton a huge hole to run through, and he picked up 15 on it. 16 on it, actually. They marked him down at the 18. So the Lions come back to line, 4:40 to go here in the first, looking to put the first points on the board. There's the snap, toss out left to Dent, who is met in the backfield and dropped for a loss of about 4 yards. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 14. Let's see where they marked this down. Are they marking it at the 22? Yep. So loss of 4 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 14 for the Lions now on the Senators' 22-yard line. That was a great defensive play there from the Senators.
Yeah, they're reading Logan Dent good. I know they start him, especially with the stats last week.
Absolutely. So Mole comes out in gun with Dent on his left. Braxton Dean's wide out left. Mole's going to keep it on the broken play, be wrapped up by number 52 at the line of scrimmage. That's Alex Houchin for the Senators, and he's going to pick up 1 yard, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 13 on the Senators' 21-yard line for the Lions.
Yeah, Brandon, that play was botched from the beginning. Miscommunication in the backfield, and Mole just had to tuck it and go.
Yep, absolutely. So with 3:35 to go here, the score's still 0-0 in the first quarter. Mole comes out in gun, Dent on his left, 2 receivers out left. There's the snap. Oh, it's over Mole's head, and he's trying to chase it around the backfield. He just slides on it at the 35-yard line. So that's going to be a 14-yard loss there for the Lions, and that is a gigantic mistake.
Yeah, that could have been a turnover. We're thankful it isn't, but it is 4th down. They're bringing the punting unit in when Salem's on the 35-yard line going in.
Yeah, so Salem's on the Senators' 35, but they bring their punt team out, and that's Braxton Dean back to punt. There's a snap, and Braxton punts it. It looks like a really good punt, actually. Lands at the 10, takes the Senator bounce back to the 15, and is going to be, I think, down at the 15. So it's going to be about a 20-yard field flip there. So the Lions are going to come back out on defense. Senators on offense. Senators 1st and 10 on their own 15-yard line with 2:50 to go here.
You know, Brandon, we were talking. This is a pretty even matchup game, and this is we are getting that.
Yeah, we've got a good football game here tonight on our hands. So the refs are getting the ball set slowly but surely, in no hurry whatsoever.
2:50 left in the first quarter. Lions and Senators tied at 0.
Hunt breaks the huddle, comes out under center with number 22, Collier behind him in the backfield. Receiver on each side. Hunt lines up. And he's got a receiver in motion. There's a snap. He hands it off to Collier, who trips over alignment but does still fall forward for gain about 3 yards. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Senators. Another pretty hard run there. But that was number 25, Xander McFeeters. McFeeters is a freshman, 5'10", 194 pounds, and that kid is a beast.
Yeah, he is. He's a big, stout player, and he's running with authority.
I saw him play a couple times last year in 8th grade, and there was nobody that could stop him as an 8th grader. Obviously, high school's different, but as a freshman, we're seeing him getting some playing time.
You know, it really says something when a coach trusts the freshman to come in and get quality varsity reps.
Absolutely. So Senator come back to the line, Hunt under center, McFeeters in the backfield at fullback, number 4 Morrow at tailback. There's a snap toss to Morrow around the left, or 8 Hudson Kress, who runs into a wall but is brought down. There's a flag on the play. Not sure what it's for. It's late, but that's going to be for the moment a gain of 3 for the Senators. But there was a flag that came in late. Personal foul against West Washington.
I'm not sure what that flag was for either.
They're just kind of throwing flags to throw them here at Salem tonight. That's the 5th penalty already? 4th penalty in this game?
Yes, it is.
4 penalties, and they've all been against West Washington. I've seen some questionable penalties tonight, as I'm not really sure what that one was for.
I really didn't see anything.
Was that a personal foul or was it a holding?
They called personal foul.
That was a 15-yarder, but it was half a distance to the goal because it was inside the 20, so it's going to be down at the 11. No, it was a 10-yard. So it's going to be 2nd and 15 here for the Senators now on their own 10-yard line. And he's got a receiver in motion. There's a snap. He fakes pitch and hands it off underneath to number 32, Tyler Miller, but he is met quickly by number 55, Noah Dalton of the Lions. And he does pick up a yard, but no more than that. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 14 for the Senators on their own 11-yard line.
You know, Brandon, with a minute 36 in this first quarter, you know, it's still early, but I'm impressed with the tackling by the Lions here. We're swarming and tackling as a team.
Yep. Both teams have played really good so far on defensively tonight. So I think it's going to be a matchup who can break one big play loose, and we'll see what happens. But Hunt comes back under center. McFeeters in the backfield, receiver on both sides. There's a snap. He hands it off to McFeeters up the middle just as a safety net. He does push forward for a gain of about 4 yards down to the 15, but that's going to bring up a 4th and 10 at the original line of scrimmage for the Senators, and they bring in their punt team.
Yeah, you got to punt whenever you're on your own 15-yard line and being as physical of a game as it is.
Absolutely. So the Senators bring out their punt team. Again, Gavin Hunt is the punter, the quarterback as well. for the Senators. Back deep to receive for the Lions is number 32, senior Seth Ponsford. So the Senators are getting set for the punt. There's the snap. Great snap. Good punt by Hunt. Down across the 50. It's going to be caught by Ponsford about the 42 and returned. He's running backwards and breaks another tackle. He's got some room to run. He's across the 40. There's a flat block in the back on the play. He's across the 50, across the 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. That's a touchdown, but it is coming back for a stupid block in the back here. That did not need to happen on number 55, Noah Dalton. So that's going to be about 10 yards from the 49 there. So that is going to be a 1st and 10 for the Lions, but it's going to be at about the 39-yard line instead of putting 6 points on the board. So we are going to take a short commercial break while they get this set up, and we will be right back.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're good at insurance, but not just any insurance. We're good at...
No.
Did you forget the parking brake? Yes, you forgot the parking brake. Insurance. When the forecast calls for cheese ball size hail insurance. Even shouldn't have parked under that tree. Insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Call your Washington County Farm Bureau agent, Jason Petmeyer, at 812-620-8923.
And we are back as the Lions have taken 1st and 10 on their own 39-yard line. Bull under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield. There's the snap, and he hands off to Deaton up the middle, who's got a little bit of a hole to run through, but is brought down by number 54 of the Senators, Jack Armstrong. He does pick up 5 yards there, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Lions. Another good 5-yard run there from Noah Deaton.
Yeah, that was a very good run by Deaton. Right up the middle, not a big guy, but he's still getting something done with his feet.
Yep, and that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter where the score is Lions 0, Senators 0, but the Lions are moving. We will be right back after a commercial break.
Planning to buy some land or build a new home or maybe put up a fence? Do you know your property line? Are you in a floodplain? When it comes to surveying your property, call someone you can trust with years of experience. That's McAllister Land Consulting. Call 812-274-0860, providing fast, friendly service at reasonable rates. McAllister Land Consulting can provide a wide range of services, including residential and commercial certified land surveys, flood elevation certificates, and land usage consulting. Get to know your property. Call McAllister Land Consulting for a free quote today at 812-274-0860.
And we are back here on 97.9 FM or 1220 AM at WSLM Sports Zone. We currently are about to start the second quarter. Score is 0-0. The Lions do have the ball 2nd and 5 on their own 44-yard line. Just before the end of the commercial break, we saw West Washington punt. The Lions receive it, and number 32, Seth Ponsford, take it about 62 yards for a touchdown, but there was a kind of a stupid penalty on the Lions, just a bad play, bad mistake by one of the Lions, and he got a block in the back as the punt returner was 10 yards past him, which did cost the Lions a touchdown, but now they have a 2nd and 5. Mole under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield, one receiver outright. There's the snap, and Mole drops back to throw, swings it out on a quick out route to number 8, Braxton Dean, who does pull a couple of the Senators forward across the 50, across the 45, and he does pick up a first down on about a 12-yard pickup there for the Lions on a pitch and catch from number 1, Adam Mole, to number 8, Braxton Dean.
Yeah, he was one of your key players, Brandon, and he's showing it right there.
Absolutely, just a quick hitch route there. The Lions break the huddle back to the line. Deaton and Dent in the backfield. Mole under center. Braxton spread out right. And there's the snap, and fake handoff to Deaton. Dent's going to keep it on a run through a huge hole and be brought down after a gain of about 10 yards right at the first down marker, down to the Senators' 34, and it's going to be a first down for the Lions. So with 11:30 to go here in the second, the Lions have picked up a quick 2 first down, and now have a 1st and 10 on the West Washington side of the field.
You know, as we're watching this game progress, I'm impressed with the way Salem's running backs are hitting the hole at full speed.
They're running hard. So So Lions come back to line, Mole under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield, a receiver on both sides. There's a snap, toss to Dent around the left side, cuts it back across the right side. He's got some room to run, crosses the 30, and is brought down from behind about the 19-yard line. It's going to be another first down. It's going to be a 15-yard pickup there for number 4, Logan Dent, and give the Lions another first down inside the red zone.
We're seeing fireworks here in the second quarter, Brandon. 11-11 left in the second quarter, tied at 0-0.
Yep, the Lions break the huddle, come back to the line here. Mole under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield. Wynn and Braxton Dean spread out wide. There's the snap and handoff to Deaton up the middle, who finds a hole to run through, breaks the tackle, and is met by a group of Senators, but not before he picks up about 6-7 yards. So that's going to be a 7-yard gain there for Noah Deaton, down to the 13-yard line. 6-yard pickup is what they're going to give him. So it's going to be a 2nd and 4 at the Senators' 13.
We're just running it down their throat, and they don't really have an answer.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Lions break the huddle, come back to the line here. Mole under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield. Nope, just Deaton in the backfield. Dent lines up at slot receiver. And Mole takes the snap, takes the handoff to Dent, throws a quick pop pass to Seth Ponsford in the end zone, and it's caught for a 13-yard touchdown for the Lions.
Bang, 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 bang! Vamonos, vamonos! Bang, bang, bang! Vamonos, vamonos!
So the Lions strike first on a quick little what we call pop route there to the tight end, Seth Ponsford. It's a 13-yard pitch and catch from Mole to Ponsford. They put 6 points on the board early, and they look now to add 2 more on the 2-point conversion. As Mole lines up under center, there's a snap toss out right to Deaton, and he's going to beat them all to the edge and walk into the end zone. So the Lions strike first, take the lead 8-0 with 10:18 to go here in the second quarter. We will be right back after a short commercial break.
Sprained ankle, swollen joints, and no time for an appointment? Schneck Medical Center has you covered. Visit our orthopedic walk-in clinic for expert care. Our specialists provide fast attention to a number of bone and joint problems. No appointment necessary. Available Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. For more information, visit schneckmed.org. Schneck, healthy together.
And we are back at 97.9 FM and 1220 AM here at WSLM Sports Zone, where the Lions now have put 8 points on the board against the Senators, and they lead 8-0 with 10:18 to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Brandon, just before that touchdown, I was getting ready to say that because of all those runs up the middle, West Washington was pulling their linebackers down about 3 to 4 yards behind or pulling their safeties 3 to 4 yards behind the linebackers. And I was getting ready to say that's a perfect opportunity to go right back behind the safety on a little pass play, and that's what they did.
So what they did, they just sent Seth Ponsford kind of straight into the end zone on a little streak route, and Mole hit him quick, and it was a good throw. Laying it in Ponsford's hand, he secured the catch and took 1 step into the end zone. And now the Lions have their kickoff team ready. Braxton Dean in for the kick. And there's the kick. It's a short kick, kind of squib kick, and it's going to bounce about the 30, stop at the 19, and be fielded by number 8, Hudson Crest. And he's across the 25, down to about the 27, I believe, where he is stopped by a group of Lions. In on that tackle was number 32, Seth Ponsford. So the Senators are going to take over 1st and 10 on their own 27-yard line here.
Yeah, I think Hudson thought that ball was going out of bounds. It kind of stopped, and he was hesitant to pick it up.
Yeah, it did look like it was going to go out of bounds, but it just kind of skidded to a stop about the 19. He picked it up, did what he could, picked up 8 yards. So now the Senators come back to the line here. Hunt's going to be under center. That's going to be number 22. Collier in the backfield. 2 receivers spread out wide right for the Senators. The Senators are in a wingback formation here. Kind of what we ran in high school, Larry. Now they've moved it to a tight end. Hunt lines up under center. He's got number 24 in motion. There's a snap toss to 24, who cuts it up the middle, breaks a tackle, runs hard forward again, does pick up about 7-8 yards there for the Senators. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 2 on the Senators' 35-yard line.
Yeah, I think this is going to turn into who can handle the most body shots the rest of this game.
Yep, absolutely. That running back was number 24, Isaiah Dennis, for the Senators. And it was a great 8-yard pickup for Dennis. They come back to line, Hunt under center, wingback formation again. Collier in the backfield, 2 wide receivers outright. Hunt takes the snap, hands it off to Collier up the middle, who tries to bounce it out left, does pick up the 3 yards needed for a first down, and that's going to be a 3-yard carry there for number 22, Jamison Collier, and that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for the Senators.
I think if you're the Salem defense here, it's a bend but don't break situation.
Absolutely.
You have the lead, and you don't want to give up points, but it's not a total.
Let them have 3 yards. So with 9:20 to go here in the second quarter, the Lions lead the Senators 8-0 as the Senators have a 1st and 10 on their own 38-yard line. They come back to line, Hunt under center, Collier in the backfield, 2 wide receivers outright. And there is the snap, number 24, Dennis in motion. There's a snap, handoff to Collier, who cuts it left, finds a hole, runs hard across the 50, and the ball's out, but I'm pretty sure he was down. But it's going to be recovered by the Lions, and they're going to give it to the Lions. He was definitely down, but they're going to...
I don't know that he was.
Well, he hit the ground and rolled over, and the ball came out. So he was down, but they're going to give it to the Lions. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Lions on the Senator 38-yard line.
I kind of think he got ripped out whenever he was getting thrown to the ground.
I don't know.
It was close.
Yeah. I will say we've seen some bad officiating, whatever team you're cheering for here. So the Lions come back to the line, Mole under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield, 1 receiver on each side. They do have the ball 1st and 10 on the Senators' 38-yard line. Mole lines up under center. And there's the snap, toss out right to Dent, who cuts it up the middle, finds a hole, cuts it out right, crosses the 35, crosses the 30, we're down the sideline, and is brought down at he stepped out at the 23-yard line. So it's going to be about a 15-yard pickup there for number 4, Logan Dent.
Brandon, I think whether you want to say it's the officials or not, mental mistakes are being made by the team.
I do agree with that. There are some mental mistakes. They're not filling gaps like they were in the first drive of the game. So the Lions come back to the line here, 1st and 10 on the Senators 23. Mole under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield, a receiver on each side. 8:46 to go here in the second. There's the snap. The play is blown dead. Coach Lowry from West Washington is going to take a timeout, and we are going to take a short commercial break.
Drew and Jonathan Scott here to tell you that American Family Insurance is committed to protecting your dream home so that your family has a place to share laughs, celebrations, and milestones, which is why their new homeowner discount rewards customers who have purchased a new home in the last 3 years with a discount on their homeowner's policy. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Contact Rodney Bruff, agent at Rodney S. Bruff Agency Incorporated at 812-277-1400 today.
Discounted savings amounts and eligibility will vary. Some restrictions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6,000 American Qualified, Madison, Wisconsin. Products not available in every state.
And we are back here at Salem where the Lions have the lead over the Senators 8-0 with 8:45 here to go in the second quarter. The Lions have a 1st and 10 on the Senators' 23-yard line as they look to put some more points on the board. Zach, do you have any score updates for us?
In the close watch game we have going on in Brownstown and Scottsburg, Brownstown's up 7-0 on the Warriors in the second quarter. And Providence is up in the first quarter on North Harrison 7-0.
So a couple good games around the area here. But the Senators' defense has made their way back out. The Lions' offense is back out. Mole lines up under center. Deaton and Dent in the backfield. 1st and 10. There's the snap and toss out left to Deaton, and he's being chased, and he breaks the tackle, runs forward for about 8 yards. So that's going to be an 8-yard pickup there for number 6, Noah Deaton, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 2 for the Lions.
Number 54, Jack Armstrong, he was in pursuit there. That was an excellent way to be in pursuit, come from behind, and still make the tackle.
Absolutely. Obviously, Noah Deaton's a quick little guy, but so apparently is number 54, Jack Armstrong. So the Lions break the huddle. They come to the line. They've got Dean and Deaton in the backfield now. Logan Dent has subbed out, Mole under center. There's a snap, toss out right to Braxton, and he's going to cut up the middle and be tripped up by Senator, but he does pick up the first down. That's going to be about a 4-yard pickup there for number 8, Braxton Dean, and that's going to give the Lions another first down.
We are really seeing Salem here in the latter part of the season step up and convert and get first down.
Yeah, we don't normally see the Lions sub out Dent, but they brought in a sub for him, and Dent's taking a breather there. Lions have 1st and 10 on the 12 or the 13? 13-yard line, so it's a 3-yard pickup. Ball under center, Deaton and Dean in the backfield. There's a snap, quick handoff to Deaton up the middle, who's met quickly, but he does pick up about 3 yards. So that's going to be another 3-yard pickup for the Lions, and they're bringing in some subs. They do sub back in Logan Dent.
This is the most substitutions I've ever seen the Lions make on offense.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe just trying to get Dent a breather after coming off a huge game last week and obviously looking to have another big game this week. Lions currently have a 2nd and 7 on the Senators' 10-yard line. 7:10 to go here in the second. Lions lead 8-0. Mullen to center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield. There's a snap, toss out right to Deaton, and he's trying to get the edge, and he does get the edge, but does meet the corner for the Senators, and he is going to pick up about 5 yards at the 5-yard line. They're going to give him the 4, so it's going to be a 6-yard pickup there for number 6, Noah Deaton, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Lions on the Senator 4-yard line.
I don't know if you've noticed this, but this defense for West Washington, they're doing a lot of flip-flopping, and they aren't quite sure what to key.
Yeah, absolutely. Mole back under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield. Braxton Dean spread out wide right. There's a snap, fake handoff to Deaton up the middle. Dent's going to take it, and he's going to bully his way into the end zone, and that is going to be another touchdown for the Salem Lions.
Bang, 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 bang! Vamonos, vamonos! Bang, bang, bang! Vamonos, vamonos!
So now the Lions lead 14-0 before the point after, with 6:30 to go here before halftime. And that was a great offensive drive there for the Lions.
Just what I was about to say again, there was a corner talking, communicating, and we snapped the ball, and he wasn't paying attention. That's right where we scored off of.
Yep, Mole comes out in gun with Dent in the backfield. There's a snap, fake handoff to Dent. Mole's going to keep it himself, cut up the middle, and he is going to be in for the 2-point conversion. So that is going to put the Lions up 16-0 with 6:30 to go here in the second quarter. And we're going to take a short commercial break, and we will be right back.
Congress is poised to pass a bill to keep AM radio in cars, but time is running out. 82 million Americans risk losing the news, sports, talk, traffic, and vital emergency information they rely on. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress to pass this bill now.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to STOP.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
And we are back. Salem just scored again. 16-0 lead for the Lions over the Senators, 6:30. Salem getting ready to kick. We got a packed night here tonight. Indianapolis Colts are here, senior night. The last sectional title, the class of 94 is here being honored at halftime. We forgot about that earlier. It is a packed night here at Jim Ralston Field.
Absolutely, and number 8, Braxton Dean for the Lions is getting set to kick. Back deep for the Senators is number 4, Hayden Morrow. There's the kick from Braxton. It's a short kick to about the 33, and it's fielded by number 23, Colton Brown. He crosses the 40 and is brought down at the 41-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Senators on their own 41-yard line.
There was one thing we need to start paying attention to is there's starting to be some extracurricular activity after the play here, Brandon.
Yep, the aggression is showing here from both teams. The Senators are coming out here 1st and 10 on their own 41. They trail 16-0 over the Lions with 6:26 to go here before halftime. We've seen some great offensive plays from the Senators. Their last drive ended with a fumble. Hunt comes out under center. Number 22, that is number Jamison Collier in the backfield. 24, Dennis in motion. There's a snap. Handoff or toss out to Dennis, and he is brought down. The ball is out again. They're fighting for it. I'm not sure who's got it. I'm guessing it's Salem. Salem thinks they have it, and Salem does have it. So it's going to be another fumble there by number 24, Isaiah Dennis for the Senators, and that's going to be their second turnover in a row, and that's going to bring up 1st and 10 Lions on the Senators' 41-yard line.
Brandon, we're going back to the pregame show. Mental mistakes in a rivalry game like this cannot occur.
Yeah, that's 2 big mistakes for the Senators in back-to-back drives. We did see their first drive stall out after a couple penalties. We've seen their last 2 drives stall out after fumbles. So now the Lions have the ball 1st and 10 on the Senator 41. Mole comes out in shotgun with Dent on his left. And that's going to be a timeout for the Lions. We're going to take a very short commercial break, and we will be right back.
Get to Boys County Tire and Call. Big or small, they service all. They have the main brand tires, you know, to keep it moving on down the road. They got tires for driving needs. They even got them for your farm machines. You can call them day or night. Do Boys County Tire does it right. Big or small, we service all. Do Boys County Tire.
Now through October 31st, get up to $170 back by mail on a Bridgestone Visa prepaid card. Get $70 when you buy a set of 4 eligible Bridgestone tires. Get an additional $100 when you make an eligible tire purchase with your CFNA credit card. Available at Washington County Tire Shop in Salem. Subject to credit approval, restrictions apply. See Washington County Tire Shop or BridgestoneRewards.com for details.
Big or small, we service all. Do Boys County Tire.
And we are back here at 97.9 FM, 1220 AM, where the Lions have 1st and 10 on the Senators 41. Mole under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield. You got Lenny Wynn in motion. There's the snap and toss out right to Dent, who cuts it back across the middle. Is brought down at the 35-yard line, so it's going to be a 6-yard pickup there for number 4, Logan Dent, and bring up a 2nd and 4 for the Lions.
You know, Brandon, we were talking to some people before the game, and they said West Washington had a bunch of turnovers in the other county game for West Washington, Pekin, and they're kind of doing the same thing here, turning the ball over.
2 quick fumbles for the Senators here in the first half. Now they trail 16-0 with 5:45 to go in the second quarter. And now Salem looks to take a 3-score lead here as they come back to the line. 2nd and 4, Mole in shotgun with Dent on his right. There's a snap, fake handoff to Dent. Mole's going to keep it up the middle, and he's going to be wrapped up pretty quickly after a gain of about 3 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Lions on the Senators' 32-yard line.
You know, Brandon, all season we've been in 3rd and long. It's nice to see as the season progresses, we're kind of moving the offense enough to where we can get in 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable.
Yep, so the Lions break the huddle, come back to line here, 3rd and 1 on the Senator 32. Well, under center, as expected. I expect this to be a QB sneak. Deaton and Dent in the backfield. There's a snap, fake handoff to Deaton. Dent's going to take it up the middle. Be tripped up. Great tackle there from the Senators, but it's going to be after Dent picks up the first down and about 4 or 5 yards there. So it's going to be a 5-yard pickup for Logan Dent down to the 27-yard line of the Senators. And now the Senators are starting to make some stuff.
This crowd here at Salem, they're really starting to come to life as this game progresses. It's the best I think I've seen in a long time, not even this season, in a couple seasons.
Yeah, we've got some old Lions players in front of us, Joel Altemeyer and Harley Shockey. So great to see some alumni come back out. Lions come back to line, 1st and 10. Mole under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield. Lenny Wynn in motion. There's a snap, toss out left to Dent, who cuts it back across the middle, cuts it to the right, all the way across the field, and unfortunately only picks up 4 yards. That play had huge potential if he'd have broke that last tackle. But if a frog had wings, it wouldn't wear its butt out hopping all day.
Yeah, he gained 4 yards on that play in the stat sheet, but I think he ran probably 20-25 for that one.
So it's going to be 2nd and 6 here for the Lions on the Senator 18-yard line. No, it's on the Senator's 23-yard line. Don't pay attention to the board, Larry. It's wrong. 3:50 to go here in the second quarter. Lions lead 16-0. They look to expand that lead. Ball under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield, receiver on both sides. There's a snap, quick handoff to Deaton up the middle, and he found a hole to run through and pushed his way forward for a little guy. He ran hard, picks up the first down to the 17-yard line. So that's going to be a 6-yard pickup there for Noah Deaton. And the Lions now have 1st and 10 on the Senator 17.
I think this is the most that Deaton's really been incorporated in this run game for the Lions to this point.
So 1st and 10 for the Lions, 3:20 to go here in the second quarter. Lions lead 16-0. Mole in gun, Dent on his right. There's a snap. Mole's going to keep it, quarterback power, and doesn't have anywhere to go before he's met by a group of Senators. Picks up about 2 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Lions.
It looks like that West Washington defense, they're starting to get gassed here with 3 minutes left here in the first half.
Luckily for them, we do have halftime in 3 minutes. We do have, I believe, probably an extended halftime. Am I correct?
Probably. I don't know that for certain, but probably we are honoring the 94 sectional team for Salem.
We'll find out at halftime. Either way, you'll still hear our halftime show at 97.9 FM, 1220 AM. Mole under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield. Lenny Wynn in motion. There's a snap. Toss to the right to Dent, and he's going to run into the end zone untouched for about a 15-yard touchdown there for the Lions.
Bang, 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 bang! Vamonos, vamonos! Bang, bang, bang! Vamonos, vamonos!
So the Lions now have expanded their lead, pending the point after, to 22-0 with 2:30 to go here before halftime. And the Lions' offense is looking good right now, Zach.
Yeah, best we've been all season, other than last week. That's equivalent to last week.
Yep, so Mole in gun, Dent on his left. There's the snap, fake handoff to Dent. Mole's going to keep it on the left side himself. And there's a flag on the play. He was stopped short. He was not in. They're giving it to him, but he was short. I'm guessing the flag's going to be a holding on Salem.
I think so. Looking at the Salem coaching staff, they're kind of throwing their hands up.
Yeah. That's going to be a holding, I think, on the Lions.
Waiting for the call from the official.
We don't know what's happening, but the offense is huddling, so it looks like it is going to be a holding against the Lions. You never want to get a penalty on a 2-point conversion.
And one that you score on top of that.
I saw him short, Zach. I'm telling you, he landed and then kind of bounced into the end zone.
I don't know.
So it's going to be, they're going to retry the point after from now the 12-yard line. Am I mistaken? Oh, I guess he was a yard downfield. So it's going to be the 12-yard line now. So Mole comes out under center. Deaton and Dent in the backfield. Braxton Dean spread out right. I expect this to be a pass. There's the snap, and fake toss to Dent, and Mole's going to look to throw. He's going to swing it out, and it's going to be caught about the 2-yard line, but he's going to be met by a group of Senators, so the 2-point is going to be no good. So with 2:30 to go here, the Lions lead 22-0, and we will be right back after a short commercial break.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward rehabilitation program offers a full range of therapy. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
So we are back here, 97.9 FM, 1220 AM. This is WSLM Sports Zone with Zach and Brandon. We have now seen the Lions take the lead 22-0 over the Senators with 2:33 to go here before halftime. And number 8, Braxton Dean, is set to kick for the Lions. Back deep to receive for the Senators is number 4, Hayden Morrow. Number 8, Hudson Crest. So the Braxton's waiting for the call. He gets it, and here is the kick. Kind of a squib kick at the 30, fielded, and he's going to return it, break a couple tackles across the 40, be brought down about the 42-yard line. On the return for the Senators was number 23, Colton Brown. So the Senators will start their drive in familiar territory at their own 42-yard line, and the Senators need to put some points on the board here, Zach.
Yeah, they do. This 22-point deficit, the 2 fumbles, the penalties, the mental mistakes are really attacking the Senator team.
Now, I will bring this up for anybody who listened last week. We saw Salem have 30 points in the first half, and they scored 12 in the second half last week at the Lions after halftime. They looked kind of flat after halftime. Hunt under center. I formation for the Senators. There's a snap toss to Hudson Crest on left. He cuts back right and does push forward through a hole. He does pick up about, where are they going to mark him? About 5 yards there, 6 yards there. So it's going to be a 2nd and 4 for the Senators on their own 48-yard line. So it's a 6-yard pickup there for the Senators.
They're kind of changing stuff around here a little bit. The coaching staff for Jeremy Lowry, I think they saw something that they had potential in, and they're kind of
Hunt brings his team. Go ahead.
Audibling to that.
Hunt brings his team back to the line. I formation. There's a snap. Fake toss to Crest. And he's got a receiver. He slings it down the field to number 4, Hayden Morrow, who stopped running, and the ball went over his head.
If that ball was caught, if that was a perfectly placed ball, perfectly ran route, that would have been in the end zone right there.
It was a great throw. The receiver just stopped running. So that would have been caught at the 20-yard line by number 4, Morrow, but unfortunately Hunt's pass fell to the ground. Lions got lucky there. Hunt kind of took the top off of him.
That was a beautifully led ball, I will say. That was a good throw by Hunt.
So now the Senators have, instead of 6 points, they have a 3rd and 4 on their own 48. Hunt back to the line. McFeeder's in at fullback. Crest in at tailback. There's a snap, toss out right to Crest, who cuts back across the middle. Doesn't really have anywhere to go. Fights forward for 3 yards. So it's going to bring up a 4th and long 1 for the Senators.
I've said it a couple times already, Brandon. I'm kind of proud of the group tackling by the Salem defense.
Yeah, they're playing well right now. That stop initially was by number 50, Cage Calloway of the Lions. Crest tried to cut back, and Cage was standing there waiting on him. So it's going to be a 4th and 1.5 here for the Senators on the Lions' 49-yard line. Hunt under center. And that's going to be a false start on the Senators, so that's going to bring up a 4th and 6.5 now for them.
I don't know how to describe that one. The whole line moved, and none of the receivers or backs moved.
Yeah, it was a false start on everybody on the offensive line, so that's going to bring up a 4th and 6.5 for the Senators on their own 46-yard line. And they are sending out their punt team here with 1:04 to go before halftime. Lions lead 22-0, but the Senators are about to give it back to them.
A minute and 4 seconds is still a long time.
So Gavin Hunt in for the punt. There's the snap, and punt away. It's another good punt from Hunt. It's going to land at. It's going to bounce off of a. It's going to bounce off a Senator at the 30-yard line, and be down at the 32. It did bounce off the back of a Senator that was running down the field. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Lions on their own 32-yard line.
55 seconds to drive down the little less than 70 yards. It's not impossible.
You go all in here. You're up 22. You look to put a 4th touchdown on the board before halftime. I think you go all in here, Zach.
Yeah, I think you have to. And if you've been watching the secondary here for West Washington, they've been moving back and forth.
Mull under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield. Lenny Wynn in motion. There's a snap, toss out right to Dent, who cuts it back across the middle and is finally drugged down by a Senator after a 9-yard pickup. So the Lions are quickly back to the line here, 2nd and 1. Mull under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield on the 41-yard line. There's the snap, and toss right to Dent up the middle. And he has a hole to run through, crosses the 50, and is finally brought down at the 45-yard line of the Senators. So that is going to leave 31 seconds on the clock. The Lions are quickly back to the line, 1st and 10 on the Senator 45. Mull under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield, 2 wide receivers outright. They're getting the chain set. Mull's already ready to snap the ball. And there is a timeout by Coach timeout by Coach Lowry of the Senators, and we'll be back after a short commercial break.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're good at insurance, but not just any insurance. We're good at... No. Did you forget the parking brake? Yes, you forgot the parking brake. Insurance. When the forecast calls for cheese ball size tail insurance. Even shouldn't have parked under that tree. Insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Call your Washington County Farm Bureau agent, Jason Petmeyer, at 812-620-8923.
And we are back here at Salem, where the Lions currently hold a 22-0 lead over the Senators. But there is 27.9 seconds to go here in the second quarter before halftime. And the Lions are quickly driving, looking to put more points on the board here. The Senators have just taken their second time out of the half. Larry, how many timeouts does Salem have?
Salem has 2 timeouts remaining.
So 2 timeouts and a dream in 27 seconds here. 45 yards to go. Mull comes out in gun. Dent on his right. Braxton Dream spread out wide left. And here's the snap. Fake handoff to Dent. And Braxton's running a fade. And Mull's going to release it to him. And it's going to be intercepted by number 4, for Hayden Morrow for the Senators at the 10-yard line with 19.6 seconds to go. So, are they giving this to West Washington? Yes, they are. So it's going to be an interception for the Lions there. Great defensive play there from the safety, Hayden Morrow, to roll over and undercut the route there and intercept the ball.
Yeah, that was a beautifully timed interception there by West Washington.
Braxton had the corner beat. Unfortunately, Mole released the ball too late, waited for him to get down the field, and then underthrew him. And Senator was right there for the interception. So they come out, Hunt under center, I formation, McPeters at fullback, Hudson Crest at tailback. There's a snap, toss out right to Hudson Crest, who cuts it back across the middle. And he does continue fighting his way forward. He picks up about 3 yards there down to the 14-yard line. And I believe that's going to bring us to the end of the first half here. So the Salem Lions hold a first-half lead over the Senators 22-0. And we will hear from Coach Gleason here at halftime. But for right now, we're going to stay here. We do have an extended halftime of 18 minutes, so it's going to be 21 minutes all in all.
That extended halftime, like we said, is to honor the sectional champ football team from class of 94. I believe they are doing the whole deal. The football team, the band, the cheerleaders, all the coaches from the 94 team.
So the band is also performing at halftime. But Coach Gleason's now telling the refs that we want to receive in the second half. So for those of you who don't know, when you defer to the second half, you get a choice at halftime. So Coach Gleason's getting the mic here from Zoe right now. Everything's getting turned on. Coach Gleason, can you hear us?
Yes.
Great half of football there from your team. Tell us what you changed through this week and get the guys playing hard.
Turnovers. We were able to turn them over. That punt we got down inside the 20 helped us. We were able to flip the field position, and then we were able to run the ball a little bit. But the turnovers is the key. We've turned them over two or three times. I'm not sure, but that's led to 2 scores. This game's far from over. We were up on them last year, not the same amount, and we came back and won. So this game's far from over.
Are you looking just to kind of continue the same game plan in the second half of using Logan Dent?
22 points to play on this game.
All right, Coach Gleason, we appreciate it. So for those back at home listening to us on 97.9 FM or 1220 AM at WSLN Sports Zone, we obviously appreciate you guys all the time. We appreciate you guys listening in every week. We do have the 94 sectional team on the field right now. We do have 17 minutes here before halftime ends, but for right now, we're going to go to our halftime show where the Salem Lions lead the West Washington Senators 22-0.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to another week of our great discussions with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And Paul, tournament time, as we talk about this time of year, every year, it's one of the great times in the competitive schedule of the IHSAA. Girls golf finals coming up at Prairie View. 6 of the top 10 from last year have returned to come and compete. As we mentioned, Prairie View and Carmel. What a weekend it will be of great golf up at Prairie View.
As I said many times, Coach, incredible partnerships with incredible people make for great experience for our student athletes, and that's certainly across all of our sports scene, but that is also with our Prairie View team up there. And it's going to be a heck of a course. And it's always fun too. Pioneer and Corden Central, their schools are represented by individuals for the first time ever in the state final.
Wow.
So there's a couple kids there a couple schools that'll be represented in the golf state final that have never been there before. We've got several players that are shooting in the 60s at the sectional and regional round. And then, it's going to be great golf. And, if you ever want to have a chance to come out and watch girls compete at the highest level in the state, Prairie View Golf Course is just a phenomenal place to watch the course. You can get your walk in for the day, and just watch these kids participate, because there's a lot of the way they set the course up. It it challenges the skill, but it makes the best golfers show out, and so we're excited about it.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Knighting. All right, Paul, we talk about this a lot, as we should. Soccer pairing show was over the weekend. Next week, we're going to start the soccer tournament. We, Paul Condry and I, will be joining you and your staff next Sunday for the IHSAA football pairing show. We're at that point in the year where literally every weekend is an incredibly important weekend for everyone.
It is, and we had a draw show Sunday, and Coach, one thing I just saw the numbers a minute ago. We were over 8,000 more people watched the soccer draw show this past Sunday than they did the year before, and so it just shows me that there's still just a lot of interest in what's going on in the high school scene. But yeah, we're there. The other thing that's here is tennis. We actually started the tennis team, our tournament this week, and so they're starting their march to the state championship. So I'm excited. The draw shows are a lot of fun, and we love hosting you and Paul in the studio when we put the football show on. And it's a great show because you guys are both so well versed in football and what's going on around the state.
Well, you're very kind. We try our best. It's also, it is a pressure-packed situation, to be honest. No matter how many years you do it, we recognize how important these pairing shows are, and we also recognize that the IHSA Champions Network is unequaled by anyone else in the country.
Yeah, it is. It's a special, and we have so much free content, Coach. We talk about that a lot. We can't broadcast everything just because of the sheer numbers of it, but everything we do at the first two levels of the tournament, the sectional and the regional, are free to watch. And then, there is a fee when we get to semi-state and state finals, but we try to offer value and a free opportunity to watch high school students participate.
Well, you do it, and you do it well. Week number 7 of the high school football season coming up. That is absolutely hard to believe, but here we are. Week number 7, obviously, then on the 13th, the pairing show. And I'm predicting, without looking, great weather because law of averages, we need to have some good weather on Friday.
We do. It's time, and everything I see around the state. I think we got our rain in last weekend, and we're going to let the sun come out and enjoy some nice weather here the last few weeks of the regular season.
He is the commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Knighting. This is our weekly conversation about all things IHSAA related. Great time to go out and watch great tournament play, catch football, everything going on this week. Paul, thank you so much. We'll talk next week.
Thanks, Coach, and we'll look forward to talking to you soon.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
This is Becky White from WSLM, and I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana for the John Jones Auto Minute.
Are you ready for a touchdown of savings? It's football season, and we're kicking off the biggest sale of the year at John Jones Auto Group. Whether you're tailgating or heading to the big game, we've got the perfect ride for you. From sporty SUVs to family-friendly minivans, every vehicle is priced to win. Plus, enjoy unbeatable trade-in deals, 0% financing, and available service contracts that keep you covered long after the final whistle. So why wait? Gear up for greatness with John Jones Auto Group. We're your winning team for the best cars and deals around. Visit us today at one of our 4 convenient locations, Salem, Scottsburg, Greenville, or Corden, or check us out online at johnjonesautogroup.com. And remember, John Jones Auto Group, you see so many because they paid so little. John Jones supports our Salem Lions. Good luck tonight, and go team.
The Boyd County Tire Call. Big or small, they service all. They have the main brand tires, to keep you cruising on down the road. They got tires for driving means. They even got them for your farm machine. You can call them day or night. Do Boyd County Tires does it right. Big or small, we service all. Do Boyd County Tires.
See your Michelin dealer today for the Michelin Defender tire. It's the tire that delivers what you want. Outstanding safety, more miles and fuel efficiency, all backed by an 80,000-mile limited warranty. Don't sacrifice. Ask for the Michelin Defender tire today at your local Michelin dealer. Find the right Michelin tire and get the expert service you deserve at DuBois County Tire and Supply in Jasper, Davis County Tire and Supply in Washington, and Knox County Tire and Supply in Vincent. See manufacturer's limited warranty book for details.
Big or small, we service all. DuBois County Tire.
Planning to buy some land or build a new home or maybe put up a fence? Do you know your property lines? Are you in a floodplain? When it comes to surveying your property, call someone you can trust with years of experience. That's McAllister Land Consulting. Call 812-274-0860, providing fast, friendly service at reasonable rates. McAllister Land Consulting can provide a wide range of services, including residential and commercial certified land surveys, flood elevation certificates, and land usage consulting. Get to know your property. Call McAllister Land Consulting for a free quote today at 812-274-0860.
And give a big hand to the starting lineup at McDonald's here in Salem. The quarter pounder is coming on the field. Filet of fish and those golden delicious fries are warming up on the sidelines. And now for the feature star of the night, the Big Mac. You score every time with a hot, fresh meal from McDonald's in Salem, whether you're there for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Take a time out and stop by before or after the big game to check out their all-day breakfast menu or value menu. Download the McDonald's app and you can get great deals on delicious taste all day long. You'll score every time with the wife and kids when you make a touchdown at the Golden Arches right here in Salem. And don't forget, McDonald's has gift cards so you can give that great fresh taste all season long. Papa John's is bringing back their New York-style pizza for a limited time only for only $10.99. The oversized pizza has 8 big foldable slices with just the right balance of crust and toppings. You'll feel like you're having a slice of pizza on the streets of New York, but without the traffic. Order one today online or with your Papa John's app, or call the Salem location at 812-883-3369. Each New York pizza is just $10.99 for a one-topping pie. The New York-style pizza is a classic that reigns supreme, so they are excited to offer customers this foldable crust favorite made with fresh, never frozen dough. Remember, better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Order one today at 812-883-3369.
Do you wonder what it would be like to live without hip or knee pain? Joint replacement at Schneck Orthopedics and Sports Medicine makes it easier than you think. Schneck is proud to be one of the first in the region to offer Mako robotic arm-assisted joint replacement surgery. This latest advancement transforms the way joint replacements are performed. Mako allows your surgeon to provide you with a personalized surgical experience based on your specific diagnosis and anatomy. This means less soft tissue damage and greater bone preservation, less blood loss, less pain, fewer days in the hospital, and faster recovery. Taking a walk, riding a bike, and playing with your grandchildren. These are just a few of the simple joys in life. But for those with bone and joint pain, these simple joys are often too painful or unbearable to truly enjoy. With Mako robotic arm-assisted surgery at Schneck, you can get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at SchneckOrtho.com.
Got land? Want cash? Vital Farms is here to help. Become an egg farmer and we'll set you up with our best-in-class support team. Teach you egg farming our way and compensate you fairly for the eggs you produce. Call 844-494-VITAL today to learn how you can transform tree-filled or underutilized land into cash flow for your family. Again, our number is 844-494-VITAL or apply online at vitalfarms.com/farmers.
Hoosier fans, it's a new era of Indiana football. Catch the action as head coach Kurt Signetti leads your Hoosiers into Memorial Stadium on Saturday, September 28th against the Maryland Terrapins. Purchase your tickets today for all the remaining home games this fall by calling 812-855-4006 or by visiting IUHoosiers.com. Cheer on the Hoosiers to victory and help back the Rock. Go IU.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward rehabilitation program offers a full range of therapy. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview, and Salem Crossing. 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Congress is poised to pass a bill to keep AM radio in cars, but time is running out. 82 million Americans risk losing the news, sports, talk, traffic, and vital emergency information they rely on. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress to pass this bill now.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to STOP.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Now, more exciting Salem Lions football on 97.9 FM.
And we are back here at our halftime break on 97.9 FM or 12:20 AM. We appreciate you guys all tuning in once again for this matchup between the Salem Lions and the West Washington Senators. We are at home tonight against the Senators. Salem is at Paul A. Graves Athletic Stadium at Jim Ralston Field, the new Jim Ralston Field. The Lions currently hold the lead over the Senators 22-0. And, Zach, you've got some first-half stats from us in the first half. Let's go over those.
Yeah, I have some first-half stats. I'm going to say these are not official, but just a close guess. Not much, really, for West Washington in this first half. They only have 53 total rushing yards and -2 passing yards. Number 24 for West Washington, Isaiah Dennis, he has 16 yards on the ground. He leads the team. And then number 22, Collier, he has 8 yards. And then we have number 32, Tyler Miller, he has 11 yards on the ground. You know, not a whole lot going on. One thing passing has not really been anything either, -2 passing yards.
Yeah, one thing I'll talk about here for the Senators that's been a problem in the first half is turnovers.
Yep.
We saw 2 fumbles there in the first half from the Senators, and that did stall out 2 of their drives, and the Lions did put 2 touchdowns on the board from those 2 turnovers from the Senators.
Yeah, but as we come look at the Salem side of things, a little bit different story. 149 yards rushing for the Lions. 100 of those was from Dent on 12 attempts, 8.3 yards a carry. Number 2, you know, it's kind of a surprise. You know, he gets the ball, but not as much as he has tonight, and that's number 6, Deaton.
Yeah, Noah's running hard tonight. We did see him get a little more action last time. He did have 7 carries last week, but tonight, Zach, he has ran the ball more. You are correct.
He has. And then Mull, it's written down in the stat book, he has -1 yard, but that includes the 14-yard snap that went over his head. You know, you take that away, he has 13 yards rushing. And then on the passing side of things, he's got 42 yards through the air, 3 for 3 passing. He has a touchdown through the air, an interception. The touchdown was the 32 Ponsford to start the game. He has 3 14-yard passes to 3 different receivers.
Did you say he was 3 for 3?
Mm-hmm.
Can't be. That's an interception. 3 for 4.
Yeah.
He's 3 for 4. Okay, I got you there. We don't want to confuse the people back at home. But the Lions do have the lead 22-0. The Senators have 2 turnovers. The Lions do have a turnover. That has been kind of the problem for the Senators, again, is their 2 fumbles they have.
And, you know, you can add on to the turnovers is the penalties for the Senators. You know, normally we're used to talking about Salem having all the penalties and the miscues. Salem only has 2 flags for 15 yards, a block in the back, which ultimately was a touchdown until it got called back on that punt return.
Yeah, and that was a very bad penalty there. The returner was 10 yards past. One of the Lions decided he needed to hit somebody, so he hit somebody in the back, unfortunately, got the touchdown called back.
But for the Senators, they have 6 penalties in that first half for 35 yards. And some of those were some crucial penalties that could have sustained a drive.
Absolutely. They shot themselves in the foot with penalties on the first drive. Coming back after the second, third drive, they did fumble in both of those. And then the 4th drive of the half for them, they never even really got a chance. They ran one play and we went to halftime. So we are ending the near of halftime here. Go ahead and say what you had to say, Zach.
Brandon does have some score updates for you.
Yep, so around the area here, we've got Corden currently is up over Silver Creek 13-7. Glad to see that after the hard week that Corden has had. Providence leads North Harrison 10-0. Brownstown leads Scottsburg 14-0, and Charlestown leads Pekin 14-0. Again, that Brownstown-Scottsburg game, that's going to be a shootout over there. Is for the conference championship, but looks like Brownstown might be taking care of business there.
Yeah, and to go to the collegiate level, the Boilermakers are taking on the number 2 Oregon Ducks. Purdue is down 7-0 with 11 minutes in the first quarter.
I told you that'd be a blowout game, Larry.
Hey, there's a history of high-ranked teams losing in Lafayette.
I saw that. So we've got about 2.5 minutes here before we return to the second half action. Zach and I are going to step aside, take a commercial break, and we will be right back.
This is Becky White from WSLM, and I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana for the John Jones Auto Minute.
Are you ready for a touchdown of savings? It's football season, and we're kicking off the biggest sale of the year at John Jones Auto Group. Whether you're tailgating or heading to the big game, we've got the perfect ride for you. From sporty SUVs to family-friendly minivans, every vehicle is priced to win. Plus, enjoy unbeatable trade-in deals, 0% financing, and available service contracts that keep you covered long after the final whistle. So why wait? Gear up for greatness with John Jones Auto Group. We're your winning team for the best cars and deals around. Visit us today at one of our 4 convenient locations, Salem, Scottsburg, Greenville, or Corden, or check us out online at johnjonesautogroup.com. And remember, John Jones Auto Group, you see so many because they paid so little. John Jones supports our Salem Lions. Good luck tonight, and go team.
And we have about a minute here before the second half gets underway. Again, the first half was kind of riddled by penalties and turnovers from the Senators, and a lot of handoffs from to Logan Dent for the Lions.
Yeah, like I said, he's got 100 of the 149 yards on the ground for the Lions.
And how many carries does he have?
12 carries, 8.3 yards in attempts.
Yep, so obviously he's running the ball tonight. But, again, we talked about it already. Noah Deaton's getting a lot of carries tonight. Good for Noah. He's always a hard runner. We see him usually carry the ball probably about, 5, 6, 7 times a game. But how many does he have in the first half?
He has 8 carries, averaging a little over 5.5 yards in it.
So he's already over his average yards. Another big rushing game for the Lions here. Hopefully they can continue that into the second half. But for right now, we've got 20 seconds here before the second half gets underway. The Lions offense will be out first, as they did defer to the second half, chose to receive at the second half. Again, those that don't understand the rule, if you defer to the second half, you're deferring your choice to the second half, which automatically makes you kick at the first half. But in the second half, you can choose to either kick or receive. Obviously, most teams choose to receive there. But we had a team, I remember when we were playing, that kicked both halves because they didn't understand the rule.
For some reason, I think it was North Harrison.
It could have been. They kicked off at the first half and the second half. So Hobson's down there getting his kickoff return team ready for the second half. The Senators' kickoff team is getting ready for the second half, and we have one more half of football in this county rival here tonight.
You know, Brandon, looking around, it's a packed crowd. You know, we have the Colts here honoring the class of 94, senior night, packed night, county rivalry. We saw it was a packed stand. We went down to do a couple things. It was even more packed down there than I thought.
There was a ton of people standing around the concessions. The concession line was long. The restroom was long. There was a lot of people in there. So everybody came out tonight for this game. And the Senators are getting their kickoff team set. We have not seen them tonight until now. In to kick for the Senators is number 19, Gavin Hunt. Back deep to receive for the Lions is number 6, Noah Deaton, and number 32, Seth Ponsford. And Gavin's got the hand up, gets the signal, and there's the kick, and we have started the second half. Fielded at the 15 by Noah Deaton. He is running the hard, meets Senator at the 30, fights forward for another yard, and is brought down at the 31. The Lions will start their first drive of the second half, 1st and 10 on their own 31.
You know, Brandon, we're up 22-0, but That doesn't say much. A lot can happen in the second half. You know, Salem last week, we came out strong, 30 points in the first half, kind of laid flat in the second half.
If we wouldn't have had 30 points in the first half last week, we probably would have lost that game, actually. So the Lions come to the line here, 1st and 10, Mole under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield, Braxton Dean and Lenny Wynn spread out wide. There's a snap toss out right to Dent, and he's met in the backfield, does break the tackle, fights back towards the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be a gain of 0 for Logan Dent, and the Senator in on the tackle originally was number 25, Xander McPeters.
Kind of how the second half started last week against the Charlestown Pirates. That momentum going into half, came back out. First play was kind of a stall.
Yeah, Lowry's a great coach out there out west, and obviously I'm sure he had some things to say to his team at halftime. Obviously made some adjustments. That was probably the best defensive play we've seen tonight.
Yeah.
So Lions come back to the line, 2nd 10 on their own 31. Mole in gun, Dent on his right. One receiver out right. There's a snap, fake handoff to Dent, and there's a flag, and it's going to be a false start on the Lions, and they shoot themselves in the foot here early on this drive. So it's going to be 2nd and 15 for the Lions on their own 26, and that could be a big game changer right there.
That could be a momentum swing.
So we have seen the Lions be riddled with penalties kind of this year. Fortunately tonight, the Lions have not had that problem, but they get one early here in the second half. Back to the line, 2nd and 15 on their own 26. Mole in gun. There's the snap. He drops back to throw a little hitch route to Braxton Dean, who catches it across the 30 and does pick up about 9 yards there, 10 yards there. So it's going to be a 3rd and manageable 6 for the Lions. So it was a pickup of 9 there for Braxton Dean on the pitch and catch. We've seen that route ran a lot. It's just a little quick hitch route.
Yeah, a little bread and butter play.
Yep. Mole back to the line, under center. Deaton and Dent in the backfield. There's a snap, fake handoff to Deaton, and Dent's going to take it. He's going to fight forward. He's going to be stopped about 2 yards short of the first down, so it's going to be a pickup of 4. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 2 for the Lions, and what are we going to do here? We're going for it. 4th and a long 2 here for the Lions on their own 39-yard line, and they're going for it, Zach.
We'll see what Salem comes out and brings.
Mole in gun, Dent in the backfield. This is probably going to be a fake handoff. Mole's going to keep it. There's a snap, and he's going to hand it to Dent, who does get the first down, breaks through a big hole, crosses the 50-yard line, and he's going to be brought down at the Senators' 49. So that's going to be about a 12-yard pickup there for Logan Dent, and that's going to bring up a first down for the Lions.
You know, I've been studying the West Washington secondary, and they're starting to kind of fake a blitz and back out in coverage. I think they're scared we're going to throw it on them.
Yep. Lions come back to line, 1st and 10 on the Senators' 49. Mole in gun, Dent on his right. There's the snap, and fake handoff to Dent. Mole's going to keep it. He is met in the backfield, breaks a tackle, but is met again by the Senators. He does pick up a yard, I believe, so it's going to be a gain of 1 for Adam, so it's going to be 2nd and 9 for the Lions. That was a group effort there from the Senators.
Yeah, from the Salem side, whenever you see your quarterback get stood up like that and then a bunch of defenders come in, it's kind of a hold-your-breath moment.
Absolutely. Number 25, Xander McPeters, contained the edge, made Adam cut back, and there was a group of Senators there. Mole under center. There's a snap, fake handoff to Deaton. He's going to hand it to Dent. And he breaks the tackle, does fight forward for about 4 yards. So that's going to be a 4-yard pickup there for number 4, Logan Dent. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Lions on the Senators' 44-yard line.
Salem trying to change the snap count. It was more of a set than it was on one.
Yep. Already under 9 minutes here to go in the third quarter. Lions lead 22-0. They have a 3rd and 5 on the Senators' 44-yard line. Braxton Dean brings in the play. Adam lines up under center here. Dean and Deaton in the backfield. Common filled backfield. There's the snap. Fake toss to Deaton. Dent's going to keep it up the middle, find a huge hole, break some ankles, cross the 30-yard line, and push his way forward down to the 27. And that's going to be a first down on a 17-yard pickup there for Logan Dent.
Logan Dent's been the storyline for the Lions running. He's already got 137 yards tonight, 8:30 left in the third quarter.
Don't know if we've really seen that play this season, the fake pitch and the handoff underneath to the same side. We see it to the other side a lot. So Lions back to line on the Senators' 27. Mole in gun, Dent on his right. There's the snap and fake handoff. He's going to drop back to pass. He's got a receiver down the middle. He swings it deep, and it's caught by Braxton Dean, or Noah Deaton in the end zone, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Lions.
Bang, 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 bang! Vamonos, vamonos! Bang, bang, bang! Vamonos, vamonos!
So a 27-yard pitch and catch there for the Lions. Adam Mole threw a great ball down to Noah Deaton in the end zone. It was caught for a touchdown. However, there was a flag that came out late. I think it was on the Lions for a celebration penalty, maybe. No, it was on the Senators.
We are waiting to kind of pick apart what happened.
So that penalty was on the Senators. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty on the kickoff. I didn't see what happened.
I bet there was some talking or something.
Well, I saw the Lions talking, but I didn't see, I don't know, the Senator kid must have said something that he wasn't supposed to say.
That would be my guess.
Yep. So the Lions come back to the line here for the two-point conversion. They lead 28-0. Mole in gun, Dent in the backfield. And there's a snap, fake handoff to Dent. Mole's going to keep it and be wrapped up short of the end zone. So it's going to be a no-good two-point conversion for the Lions. So their lead is going to stay 28-0. And Zach and I will be back after a short commercial break.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're good at insurance. But not just any insurance. We're good at...
No.
Did you forget the parking brake? Yes, you forgot the parking brake. Insurance. When the forecast calls for cheese ball size tail insurance. Even shouldn't have parked under that tree. Insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Call your Washington County Farm Bureau agent, Jason Petmeyer, at 812-620-8923.
And we are back here at 97.9 FM or 1220 AM for the Salem Lions lead over the West Washington Senators. The Lions currently have taken the lead 28-0 over the Senators, and they're going to be kicking off from the opposite 45-yard line now after the 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty or portional foul, unsportsmanlike, whatever they called that, from the Senators after the touchdown. So with 8:06 here in the third quarter, the Lions lead 28-0, and the Lions are set for the kickoff. That's Braxton Dean in the kick. And there's the kick. It's going to be out of bounds. So that was a big mistake there because that's going to give the Senators the ball. What is it, the 35 or the 40?
35, I think.
So it's going to be at the 35 now, I believe. So that was that kind of negated the penalty yardage on the kickoff.
That kind of just pretty much had a 10-yard kick, essentially.
Yeah. So the refs are trying to figure out what they're going to do here. They don't really know what to do. If I'm Coach Lowry here, I take the penalty yards on the kick and just spot the ball at the 35. What do you think you do, Zach?
I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what they're doing.
So now, would the penalty yards stay? Would they still be kicking from it would now be the 50, or do they move back to the 35 now?
That's a good question. I really don't know.
I've never seen that.
It's a good discussion with Coach Lowry right now.
Yeah, Coach Lowry's trying to figure it out, I think, as well.
Yeah, the officials over there pointing and talking, trying to talk Coach Lowry through this.
Yeah, so it looks like they're just going to take the penalty yards, I think. No, they're re-kicking it.
And look.
So to answer our question, the kickoff's going to be at the 50 now. So you still get the penalty yards and then the 5 yards taken off.
There's been a bunch of weird stuff already happened.
Yeah, some stuff I've never seen. So now the Lions are set to kick again. Braxton Dean again in for the kick. Hayden Morrow back deep to receive for the Senators. Kickoff's happening at the 50, and there's the kickoff from Braxton. It's a short kick. fielded at about the 23, and he fielded the ball on a knee.
He had momentum. He was ready to run.
Yeah, that was a big mistake.
He took a knee when he caught it.
Yeah, and that worked out well for Salem because now Senators have taken the ball from essentially the 35 down to the 23. That was a big mistake there on the Senators on the return. So the Senators are going to start here their drive. 8:04 to go here in the third. Lions lead 28-0. Senators now have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 23.
8:04 in the third quarter. Lions up 28-0 over the Senators.
And Hunt comes out under center. Looks like McFeeder's in at fullback with, I can't see that number on the tailback. There's a snap. Hunt's going to keep it himself. He's got a huge hole to run through, and he's still breaking tackles, and he crosses all the way down over across the 50-yard line. So down to the Lions 49. So that's going to be a 28-yard quarterback keeper there for number 19, Gavin Hunt.
We really haven't seen that play from Hunt today.
No, that's the first run we've seen from Hunt tonight. Second run we've seen from Hunt tonight. I missed the first one.
The first one was just a 2-yard little Q sneak.
Oh, it was a quarterback sneak. That's right. So, but on his second run there, he picks up 28 and gives the Senators 1st and 10 at the Lions 49-yard line. Senators come back to the line. Number 22, Collier in at fullback. There's the snap, handoff to Collier, and he trips over a lineman, but he does fall forward for 2 yards, so that's going to be a 2-yard pickup there for Jamison Collier, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Senators on the Lions' 47-yard line.
Yeah, it's good whenever you can, for West Washington, whenever you can trip and still gain yards.
Absolutely. So their offensive line's getting a better push than we've seen so far tonight. So the Senators break the huddle. Hunt comes to the line, brings his team with him. He lines up under center. That's Collier in at fullback. And number 22, that's Collier in at fullback, Dennis at tailback. Hunt's going to keep it, and he's going to carry some Lions forward, and he's going to pick up the first down, and he's going to pick up about 9 yards there, down to the 38-yard line. That's going to be another first down for the Senators.
Yeah, that makes Hunt, I believe, the leading rusher so far for the Senators tonight.
Yeah, 2 big runs. He's got 39 yards now, if I'm correct. But the Senators are moving the ball well here on this drive. It's in the first drive in the second half. Already 6:40 to go here in the third. Lions lead 28-0. Senators 1st and 10 on the Lions 38. Hunt comes out under center. That's Collier at fullback and Dennis at tailback. There's the snap, handoff to McFeeder's at fullback, actually up the middle. He fights hard forward. He picks up about 7 or 5 yards. So that's going to be a 2nd and 5 for the Senators. I'll tell you what, there's 7 kids in and out, and I don't even see it.
That was some good hard running by a freshman fullback right there, Brandon.
Yeah, again, McFeeder's is an absolute stud. He's going to be really good by the time he graduates. That name seems familiar to everybody out there. That is a cousin of the Landon that went through as one of the best running backs at West Washington. Hunt comes out 2nd and 5 under center. McFeeder's at fullback. Can't see who's at tailback there. There's the snap. Hunt's going to toss it to Hudson Crest at tailback, who has blocking, breaks the tackle. He's across the 20, 15, 10, 5, and walks into the end zone. And that is going to be a touchdown for West Washington. And that is going to be a 33-yard carry for number 8, Hudson Crest. He's a senior this year, obviously putting his mark out there. So now the Senators have cut the lead down to 28-6, and I think West Washington's bringing in their PAT team, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So that was a great play from the Senators there, but now Gavin Hunt's in for the point after, kicking it from the 10, so it's a 20-yard PAT, and there is the snap. Hold is down, kick is up, and it looked good from here, and it landed on the track. That was a big kick from Gavin Hunt. So the Senators have cut the Lions' leads down to 28-7, and we will be back after a short commercial break.
Drew and Jonathan Scott here to tell you that American Family Insurance is committed to protecting your dream home so that your family has a place to share laughs, celebrations, and milestones, which is why their new homeowner discount rewards customers who have purchased a new home in the last 3 years with a discount on their homeowner's policy. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Contact Rodney Bruff, agent at Rodney S. Bruff Agency Incorporated at 812-277-1400 today.
Discount and savings amounts and eligibility will vary. Some restrictions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6,000 American Farm, Madison, Wisconsin. Products not available in every state.
And we are back here. Salem has now had their lead cut down to 28-7 with 5:46 to go in the third quarter. And, Zach, that was a great drive from West Washington.
Yeah, you do have to give credit to West Washington on that drive. They kind of found their little niche and what they can do to pick apart this defense.
Yeah, we saw a couple big runs there from number 19, the quarterback Gavin Hunt, then obviously capped off by a 33-yard carry by Hudson Crest. But for now, the Senators are back with their kickoff team. Hunt in to kick. Back deep for the Lions is Deaton and Ponsford. And there's the kick. It's a good kick down to the 15, fielded by Seth Ponsford. And he is tripped up, breaks the tackle, regains to his feet, I should say, crosses the 30 where he's brought down. So the Lions will start over their drive, 1st and 10 on their own 31-yard line.
Brandon, I've said it once, and I'll reiterate it again. We have got to come out in the second half. Last week, it was 30-0 against Charlestown. Going into halftime, Salem lead. We only scored 12 points in the second half. Charlestown put up 22 in the second half. So just because we have a lead, that doesn't mean the game's over.
No, absolutely not. So let's see what the Lions can do here. They come set to the line, 1st and 10 on their own 31. Mole under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield. Braxton Dean spread out wide left. And Lenny went in motion. There's a snap toss right to Dent, who finds a hole, and it's not a big one. He gains about 2 yards, and that's going to be a 2-yard pickup for Dent down to the 33, so it's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Lions.
They have really kind of picked apart how to stop Dent here in the second half. He's had just a couple decent runs, but not like we saw in the first half.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's kind of scaring me is every time Dent runs the ball, he's getting up slower and slower. Senators are taking their shots when they can, and Dent's feeling it.
He's carried the ball 18 times tonight already.
2nd and 8 from the 33. Mole under center. Deaton and Dent in the backfield. There's a snap fake toss to Deaton. Dent's going to take it up the middle. He has a big hole. He does cross the 45. He gets stopped at the 45. Does pick up the first down after a 12-yard carry from Dent. And that's another first down for the Lions.
I think he could have had a little bit more, but he kind of bounced off a blocker there and got tripped up a little bit.
He kind of ran into Noah Dalton in the middle of the field there. Noah was he had blocked somebody but moved on, and then Dent just kind of ran into him. But we've seen Dent run that play twice now and pick up 12 yards both times. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Lions on their own 45. Braxton Dean comes in with the play, 4:30 to go here in the third. Lions lead 28-7. Mole under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield. Braxton Dean out right. There's a snap fake handoff to Deaton up the middle. Dent's going to keep it himself up the middle. And he's going to gain 3 yards down to the 48-yard line and be stopped there by a group of Senators. And that's now 20 carries, I believe, for Logan Dent.
Yes, it is. 7.5 yards or 7.7 yards a carry. One thing you do got to appreciate from this sophomore running back is his ability to take his time and find the hole and then hit the hole with speed.
Yeah, he's a patient runner, like you said, finds the hole, runs through it hard. He's a great running back for the future of the Lions.
And that's hard to do, let alone not to mention he's a sophomore.
Yes, absolutely. Lions back to the line, 2nd and 7 on the 48. Mole in gun. There's the snap. Fake handoff to fake handoff to Dent. Mole's going to keep it up the middle and be pushed backwards, but he does pick up about 6 yards there. So it's going to be a 3rd and 1 for the Lions on the Senators' 46-yard line. Line to gain is the 45 of the Senators.
Yeah, for all you listening, Mole got stopped, drove back about 3 yards, but they did spot him where his progress was stopped.
Yep. So we've seen the Lions convert on almost every 3rd and short they've had tonight, if not every 3rd and short they've had tonight. So I expect the same here. Mole back under center, 3:05 to go here in the third. Lions lead 28-7. Mole under center, Deaton in the backfield. There's a snap. Fake handoff to Deaton. Going to hand it off to Dent, who takes it around the right side. Does dive forward for a gain of about 4 yards, and that's going to be, or 5 yards. That's going to be a first down for the Lions down to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, Brandon, where I come from, you need 1 yard, you gain 5. That is a first down.
Me too. I think we might have came from the same place, Zach.
I'd say so.
Yep. So 1st and 10 for the Lions on their own, on the Senators' 41-yard line. Nearing 2 minutes here with 2:40 to go in the third. Lions lead 28-7. Mole comes out under center. Dean and Deaton in the backfield. Lenny went in motion. Toss left to Dean. He finds a little hole around the left side to run through. He does run through it, and he picks up about 9 yards. Or is that 10 yards?
Waiting to see if they signal a first down. They're giving it.
So it's going to be 9 yards. So it's going to be a 9-yard pickup for Braxton Dean, who came in to relieve Dent. And it's going to be 2nd and 1 on the Senators' 32-yard line now for the Lions. 2:10 to go here in the third. Lions lead 28-7. Again, you can tune into us at 97.9 FM or 1220 AM, both WSLM stations. Mole under center, Deaton and Dean in the backfield. And Lenny went in motion. There's the snap, toss right to Dean. He takes it around the right side, cuts it back across the middle, and he's spun down across the 30, or about to cross the 25, down to about the 23-yard line. So it's going to be about a 9-yard pickup there for Braxton Dean, and it gives the Lions another first down.
You know, it's a good situation when you're on offense. You can sub out your star player, and you can still pick up 9 yards of carry.
Absolutely. So the Lions are taking their time here, letting the clock run down. So there's a minute 30 to go now in the third. Lions still lead 28-7. They have the ball 1st and 10 on the Senators' 23. Mole lines up under center. Deaton and Dent returns back to the game in the backfield. And there's the snap. Hands it off to Deaton up the middle. He runs forward, gets brought down about the 20-yard line, 19-yard line. So it's going to be a 4-yard pickup there for Noah Deaton. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Lions.
We are nearing a minute here in the third quarter, 28-7, Lions over the Senators. You know, the defense for West Washington just looks gassed.
Yeah, they look exhausted. The Lions' offense is wearing them down, but I will say a couple of the Lions also look
I would agree with that.
So they come back to the line here. Mole's going to be under center with Deaton and Dent in the backfield here, 2nd and 6 on the 19-yard line. Lenny went in motion. There's a snap, handoff to Deaton up the middle, who finds a hole to run forward, gets a big push from a lineman, and is brought down finally at the 10-yard line. So it's going to be another first down there for the Lions, and another 9-yard carry there for Noah Deaton.
The senior's coming out tonight on senior night. He has 10 carries tonight. That's the most he's carried the ball all season.
Yep, and he is running the ball hard right now. So Lions come back to line. 1st and goal on the 10. 20 seconds to go here. Ball under center. There's a snap and toss right to Dent. Cuts it back, but he is brought down right about the line of scrimmage. They are going to give him a yard, so it's going to be a 1-yard pickup for Logan Dent, and that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter, and we will be back after a commercial break.
Let's get on our feet and give a big hand to the starting lineup at McDonald's here in Salem. The quarter pounder is coming on the field. Filet-O-Fish and those golden delicious fries are warming up on the sideline. And now for the feature star of the night, the Big Mac. You'll score every time with a hot, fresh meal from McDonald's in Salem, whether you're there for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Take a time out and stop by before or after the big game to check out their all-day breakfast menu or value menu. Download the McDonald's app and you can get great deals on delicious taste all day long. You'll score every time with the wife and kids when you make a touchdown at the Golden Arches right here in Salem. And don't forget, McDonald's has gift cards so you can give that great fresh taste all season long.
When you want to honor your loved one, you choose someone you can trust. Marshall Monuments, Southern Indiana's monument experts. In their 78 years of community service, Marshall Monuments has provided excellence and experience and continues to take pride in workmanship and guarantees satisfaction in the final product. Whether you're looking for a custom monument, stones, or mausoleums or military markers, Marshall Monuments not only services all of Kentuckiana, but can come to you when you can't make the trip to the local office. Corey Churchman and the staff at Marshall Monuments do everything by hand and stand by the quality of their work. When you're dealing with Marshall Monuments in Salem, you're working with expert craftsmanship and specially trained stone artisans. Call or text today at 812-412-2014 for a free estimate and to set up an appointment to see their quality work. Or stop by the shop at 106 South Water Street in Salem, Indiana. Top quality stonework at hometown prices.
And we are back here at the start of the fourth quarter. The Lions lead the Senators 28-7, but the Lions have the ball second and goal on the 9-yard line, and they are looking to put more points on the board here. And the teams are both ready, and they're back to the line here. Mole is in gun with Dent on his left, Braxton Dean wide out left. There's a snap, fake handoff to Deaton, fake handoff to Deaton, and Mole's going to keep it himself and lose a yard, I believe. There's a flag on the play. I don't know what that's for, but it's in the pile. So that could be a face mask on the Senators, and that would give the Lions a first down.
Yeah, and half distance to the goal.
Yep. So I'm thinking that's probably what it is. So it is a. Let's see, I think it's a face mask. Yep, face mask on the Senators. Unnecessary penalty there. So that's going to give the Lions a first and goal from about the 4.5-yard line now. So half a distance to the goal and automatic first down. They're giving him the 5-yard line. Nope, they're giving him the 4.5-yard line. So the Lions now have a... Is that not an automatic first down?
Apparently not. I thought it was.
So
Maybe that's just Saturdays and Sundays.
Could be. Well, 15 yards would be an automatic first down penalty. So the 5-yard face mask may not be. So second goal from the 4.5 now. Mole under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield. And there's a snap handoff to Dent around the right side, who is stopped short of the goal line at the 1-yard line. So it's going to be a 3-yard pickup there for Logan Dent, and the Lions now have a third and goal from the 1.
Yeah, Salem's knocking on the door again to scoring.
Give me score updates for a sec.
Yeah, I got a few. Not really any update from Clarksville and Crawford County. Still knotted up at 8. Providence 17-0 over North Harrison. Horton is up 13-7 against the Dragons.
Okay.
Brownstown is up 28-7 over Scottsburg. That is a big game.
Mole under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield. There's a snap, handoff to Dent, and he's going to walk into the end zone untouched, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Salem Lions. So the Lions have now expanded their lead over the Senators 34-7, pending the 2-point conversion here. But that was a long drive there for the Lions.
Yeah, and when you're, from a defensive perspective, those long drives wear you down, and the longer the drive sustains, the harder it is to stop them.
Yep, absolutely, and that was mostly led there by number 4, Logan Dent. But for now, Mole is in gun with Dent on his left, Braxton Dean out right. There's a snap, fake handoff to Dent, and Mole looks dropped it back to throw. He throws it into the middle to Braxton Dean, and the ball is high and could not be caught by Braxton Dean in the back of the end zone. So the score is going to stay at 34-7 with 10:43 to go in the fourth, and we will be back after a commercial break.
Sprained ankle, swollen joints, and no time for an appointment? Schneck Medical Center has you covered. Visit our orthopedic walk-in clinic for expert care. Our specialists provide fast attention to a number of bone and joint problems. No appointment necessary. Available Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. For more information, visit schneckmed.org. Schneck, healthy together.
And we are back here at Salem at Jim Ralston Field, where the Lions have now expanded their lead 34-7 over the Senators with 10:43 to go in the fourth quarter. Again, we appreciate you tuning in on 97.9 FM or 1220 AM to WSLM Sports Zone with me and Zach here on the call for the Lions-Senators game. But the kickoff team and kickoff return team for the teams are back on the field. And Braxton Dean for the Lions is set to kick, and there's the kick. It's a short kick. Field is at the 30, and he returns it. He's across the 40. It could be a good return here. Breaks the tackle. He's across the 45, across the 50. He's off and running, and he's across the Lions 40. So he is now down at the Lions 37-yard line. There's an injured Lion on the field. I think he's just cramping because they're stretching it out.
Yeah, that's number 14, Lenny Wynn. He did make the touchdown-saving tackle there on that return.
Yep, and it looks like he's just cramping up there. He's getting off the sideline, getting stretched out. So the Senators are going to take over at their best field position of the night. 1st and 10 on the Lions 37. and they look to cut this lead to a little bit less, so hopefully they have a chance to get back in this game here. Hunt comes out under center. That's number 22, Collier, in the backfield. And there is the snap. Hunt takes the handoff to Collier. He's going to keep it himself, run through the left side, bounce it out left, break a tackle, cross the 25, or be stopped right at the 25. That's going to be a 12-yard pickup there for number 19, Gavin Hunt, and that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for the Senators.
I tell you, Brandon, really the only thing West Washington's had going for him is just a little quarterback keeper.
Yep, and we do know that Hunt came into this game injured with a left shoulder injury, so that could be why they didn't utilize him as much, but maybe Lowry saw at halftime, hey, we got to do this.
Yeah, 28, 9, and 12 is the last 3 carries for Hunt.
Hunt under center, Collier at fullback. That's Tyler Miller at tailback. There's the snap, handoff to Collier, who runs a Lion over across the first down line and is brought down at the 12-yard line. So it's a 13-yard pickup there for number 22, Jamison Collier, and that's going to set up another first down for the Senators.
Yeah, 9:50 left here in the game, 34-7, Salem over the Senators, but Salem really can't lay down yet. The game's not over.
So they did mark him down at the 13, so it was a 12-yard pickup there for Collier. So they're getting the call in from the sideline from Coach Lowry. The Senators break the huddle and come to the line. They come in a T formation set, 3 backs. There's the snap, handoff to McFeeters up the middle, who breaks through the line, does push his way forward for gain of about 4 yards. So that's going to bring up a... That was number 25, McFeeters, on the carry. Gain of 4 yards, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 6 for the Senators. And they're stopping the clock.
Official timeout. Oh, we have an injured Lion, it looks like.
Do we?
Well, yeah.
Okay,
so
sending
him out.
The injured Lion is number 54, Isaac Curtis, but he's making his way to the sideline on his own power.
No medical staff.
Yep, no, he looks okay. Mallory's calling him over there to take a look at it. But the the Senators come back to the line, 2nd and 6 in T formation. There's the snap, toss out right to Crest, who cuts it back across the middle, crosses the 5-yard line, and is going to be marked down at the 5-yard line. So it's going to be a... No, they're going to mark him short. How do they mark him short of the 5-yard line? Okay, so he got down to the 6-yard line. So now that's going to be a 4-yard pickup there for Hudson Crest. So it's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Senators on the 6-yard line. Hunt comes out under center. Again, T formation for the Senators. There's a snap. Gavin's going to keep it himself. Crosses the 5-yard line. Got down to, I believe, the 4-yard line, I think. So he's going to be right at the stick. So he is going to be marked down at the 4. So he's just short of the stick. So it's going to be 4th and 1 there for the Senators. So the Crest run was actually a 3-yard pickup. So now the Gavin Hunt run is going to be a 2-yard pickup, so it's going to leave them a yard short of the first down. 4th and 1 on the 4-yard line, and this is where football gets exciting, Zach.
I almost imagine they're going to have to do like a tush push here.
Yeah. 4th and 1. Well, Senators come out in T formation. There's the snap, and he's going to fake the handoff to McFeeters, keep him himself, and he's down at the 4, and I think he's going to be short, correct?
I think he's short.
Yep, he's going to be short of the first down. I don't know if that was necessarily the play call there.
Yeah, I think that play was just kind of slow to develop. They faked the handoff there, and Hunt kept it around the end. They would have been better off just Hunt dive up the middle.
Yep, so he's going to be stopped short, and they're going to turn over the ball on downs at the 4-yard line. So the Lions are going to start their drive deep in their own territory at the 4. 96 yards to go here, 7:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Lions lead 34-7. They come out, Mole under center, Deaton and Dent in the backfield, a receiver on both sides. And there's a stoppage. Nope, here we go. Mole, he takes a snap, hands it off to Deaton up the middle, and he's going to gain a yard maybe?
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2 yards, yep. So it's going to be down to the 7, so he picks up 3 yards, actually. So it's going to be a 2nd and 7 for the Lions on their own 7-yard line. So the Lions are slowly making their way in. They're trying to run the clock down as best they can. 2nd and 7 on the 7 for the Lions. 6:50 to go here in the 4th. Lions lead 34-7. Mole in gun with Dent on the left, or on his right side. There's the snap. Hand off to Dent around the right side. He finds a hole, breaks the tackle, breaks another tackle, spins off a 3rd tackle, and is finally brought down from behind. There's a flag on the play. Don't know what it's for.
The flag came flying across the field. There's players holding their hands up.
Yeah, so we're not sure what's happening here.
I'm thinking this is against Salem.
So holding on Salem. It's going to be on number 55, Noah Dalton. Again, that's just an unnecessary penalty down the field.
Especially on that first down. They got us out of our end zone, essentially.
Yeah. So it's going to be a 10-yard holding penalty for the Lions. It's going to remain 2nd down. So it's going to be 2nd and 5 now. So they do gain 2 yards but from the penalty. But it's going to be 2nd and 5 there for the Lions now. So it's going to negate the big run from Logan Dent. Lions come back to the line. Ball under center. Deaton and Dent in the backfield. There's the snap, and it's going to be a toss to number 23 for the Lions. That's going to be DJ Ward, who's going to cross be stopped at the 15, and that's going to be a first down for number 23, DJ Ward, for the Lions.
It's good to see Salem spread the ball out. DJ Ward, he is a sophomore, comes in at 5'11", $158.
Yeah, and it looks like Gleason's kind of subbing out the seniors here. He just sent in freshman Corbin Voiles and subbed out Noah Deaton. So the Lions come back to the line here. 1st and 10 on their own 15. 6 minutes to go here in the 4th. Lions lead 34-7. That's going to be Ward and Voiles in the backfield. There's the snap, and handoff to Voiles up the middle. And he does fight forward for a gain of about 2 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 8. Gain of a yard. So it's going to be, no, it is 2 yards. So 2nd and 8 for the Lions after a 2-yard pickup there from number 34, Corbin Voiles.
Watching Corbin play at the JV level, I really appreciate how he has 2 hands on the ball all the time, puts his head down, plays hard-nosed football. That's what you want to see, development from your younger players.
He's a strong runner. So Mole comes back under center. Voiles and Ward in the backfield. There's a toss left to Ward, and he crosses the 20. He gets brought down about the 22-yard line, so that's going to be about a 5-yard pickup there for number 23, DJ Ward, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 for the Lions.
You know, in the mindset of Coach Gleason, I almost wonder if he's just trying to get a rotation in to save some of our players for the sectional next week.
Could be. So Mole comes back under center with Voiles and Ward in the backfield, 3rd and 3 on their own 22. There's a snap and toss to Ward, and he makes his way forward. He picks up the first down. He is carrying a group of Senators, so he gains about 6 yards there down to the 28, maybe the 29. Let's see where they mark him here. Down to the 29, so that's going to be a 7-yard pickup there for DJ Ward, and he is not a big guy, but he carried a whole group of Senators there.
Yeah, like we said, Salem is subbing out quarterback Mole right now.
Yeah, they put Ethan Campbell in at quarterback. They've also subbed in Ethan Larimore at wide receiver.
Yeah, it looks like we're just trying to get some fresh bodies in there, preserve ourselves for next week.
Yep, so Voiles and Ward in the backfield behind Campbell. There's a snap. Campbell tosses it to Ward around the left side, who fights his way forward again for about 5-6 yards. So it's going to be a 6-yard pickup there for DJ Ward, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 4 for the Lions. Now under 4 minutes to go here, the Lions lead 34-7 with 3:55 to go.
I would imagine here the name of the game for Salem's just chew this clock up with 3:45 left in the game. You just got to chew the clock up, run it out.
Yeah, just don't give them the ball back. So Campbell comes out under center, Voiles and Ward in the backfield, receivers on both sides. And there's the snap to Campbell, and hands it off to Voiles up the middle. He's met at the line and drugged backwards. He picks up half a yard, so it's going to be a 1-yard gain for Voiles there. So that's going to bring up a third and a long 3 there for the Lions on their own 35.5-yard line. Lions are subbing out all of their starters and putting in the JV.
There is not a JV game this week.
No, I saw they got canceled. So Ethan Larimore comes back in with the play. Lions break the huddle, come back to the line. Campbell under center. Ward and Voiles in the backfield. There's the snap, and it's going to be a toss to Ward around the left side, and he finds a hole to run through, patiently finds a hole to run through. Picks up about 2 yards, so it's going to bring up a 4th and 1 for the Lions on their own 38-yard line.
While it is still fresh on our mind, sectionals next week, you can catch it here on WSLM, 97.9 FM, 1220 AM.
I wouldn't say 1220 AM because
correct.
West Washington game will be on 1220 AM.
Correct. West Washington is at South Decatur, sectional 47. Salem hosts Clarksville.
4th and 1 for the Lions at the 38. Campbell under center. There's a snap and toss right to Ward, and he is met in the backfield, but drags the Senator forward down across the 40. There's a flag on the play. Not sure what that's for.
I think I saw some punches thrown.
Was it?
I think it was number 60.
For the Lions?
No, for the Senators.
Okay, so let's see what happens here. I didn't see it. I saw the flag fly, and I saw this entangled up, but I didn't see what happened.
It happened behind the play.
Okay.
We are waiting for the call from the official.
Unsportsmanlike on West Washington for... What's that call?
Unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, but what did he do that for? I didn't see what it was for. I know it was unsportsmanlike, so it's a 15-yard penalty on the Senators. Now their emotions are kind of getting to them.
Which goes back to what we talked about in the pregame show.
Yep.
That's already the second unsportsmanlike in the second half for the Senators.
Yep. Now the first one, we don't know what happened. We're assuming it was just jawing.
Yes, we assume there was just something said. We don't know that. We're just speculating.
So with 2:15 to go here in the fourth quarter, the Lions have a 1st and 10 on now the Senators' 44-yard line after the 15-yard unsportsmanlike. And we're trying to figure out what's going on here. Nobody's moving.
The official is writing down in his little book.
Yeah,
Ethan Campbell's waiting the call from... Well, Ethan Campbell's waiting the call from Ethan Larimore.
Yep, Campbell's waiting for the call from Larimore.
The Larimore gang.
Yep, Larimore brings the play in. Campbell lines up under center with Voiles and Ward in the backfield. And there is the snap and toss left to Ward, who is met in the backfield and brought down at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be a gain of 0 for DJ Ward there. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Lions on the Senators' 44-yard line. This game's all but over.
I tell you, both of these teams, until we subbed in our offense, both teams were starting to get drained.
Yes, they were extremely tired. So with 1:25 to go here, the Lions lead 34-7. I'm assuming that will stay the case. Campbell comes out under center. Voiles and Ward in the backfield. There's a snap to Campbell. He hands it off to Voiles up the middle, who finds a little hole, runs for about 3 yards. So it's going to be a 3-yard pickup for Corbin Voiles, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 7.
You can about just run this clock out.
Yeah, 40-second one more play in the clock. The game will be over.
This will make your Salem Lions county champs.
Yep, and they will go into sectional now 4-5 on the year. So they have won 3 games in a row there.
West Washington will drop to 3-6.
Campbell comes out under center. Voiles and Ward in the backfield. There's the snap to Campbell. He tosses it left to Ward. Ward cuts it up the middle, gets met in the backfield, and is dropped at the 40-yard line, so he does gain a yard. And that will run the game out, I believe.
Yeah, 30 seconds on the play clock, 20 seconds on the game clock.
Yep. So
both teams are meeting, getting ready to go shake hands in midfield.
Yep, we're down to 15, down to 10 seconds left here on the game clock. Looks like Coach Lowry is going to take this game to the final. So as the time wires down, the Salem Lions are going to defeat the West Washington Senators 34-7 at home tonight on senior night. The Lions now are county champions on the year for Washington County after beating Pekin 2 weeks ago and West Washington this week. Again, the final score is 34-7. We had a great game there from the Lions. They didn't put up a whole lot of points in the second half, but they didn't need to. Defense played well and stopped the Senators. Zach, what do you have to say?
I think we will take a quick commercial break, and then we will have our post-game show.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're good at insurance, but not just any insurance. We're good at...
No.
Did you forget the parking brake? Yes, you forgot the parking brake. Insurance. When the forecast calls for cheese ball size tail insurance. Even shouldn't have parked under that tree. Insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Call your Washington County Farm Bureau agent, Jason Petmeyer, at 812-620-8923. The City of Salem Parks and Recreation Department is planning activities for your children and will have several events and opportunities this fall and winter. And don't forget to take advantage of our facilities at DePaul Park and Riley's Place Playground. Shelters are available to reserve by calling the office at 812-883-2895. There is an outside grill, picnic tables, and 4 basketball goals. Community Park on Salem's east side has a variety of activities, from basketball and tennis to skateboarding, and it's also the location for T-ball games, youth baseball, and adult softball leagues almost every evening and weekend. If you would like to reserve a field, please contact the Parks Department. Also, there is playground equipment, a covered shelter and picnic area, and volleyball and a basketball court at Elizabeth Street Park. For additional information, call Tom Foltz at 812-883-2895 or stop by his office in City Hall.
All right, and we are back as Coach Gleason is meeting with the team. Give us just a few more minutes, please, and Coach Gleason we will hear from Coach Gleason as our post-game interview here. He does have his team on the field. He's meeting with them right now to talk about the game. Everybody is filing out of the stadium currently.
Had a packed crowd tonight.
Yeah, this really shows how big the crowd is. We've got lines of people waiting to get off the bleachers here. A lot of people have already made their way down to the field. Coach Gleason, I'm sure, has some really good things to say to his team. And then, obviously, next week, the Lions are at home against Clarksville for round 1 of the sectional. West Washington is on the road at, is it South Decatur?
Yes, South Decatur for sectional 47. Pekin is on the road at Paoli. They are also in sectional 40 with Salem. Salem did drop to a 2A school this year, so we are both in the same sectional now.
Do you have any updates from any of the games we talked about already?
If you give me a moment, I will see what I can.
I don't want to give you a moment. I want them right now, Zach.
Well, calm down. All right, we're waiting on Coach Gleason so we can do our interview with him. The scores are coming from ScoreStream, updated by fans. We're going to get them as accurate as we can.
Can be. Sometimes is accurate, sometimes is not accurate.
I have Crawford County up over Clarksville in the fourth quarter, 16-8.
Look out, we got a high-scoring game over at Crawford County tonight.
Providence in the fourth quarter, 17-0 over North Harrison. I think Brownstown's going to run away with the MSC title this year, up 35-7 over the Scottsburg Warriors. Corden and Silver Creek both knotted up in the fourth quarter at 27. With what Corden's been through, I'd love to see them pull out the win.
Yeah, I hope they beat Silver Creek.
Charlestown up 20-0 over Eastern in the third quarter. That pretty well covers most of the local games.
Do you have an update from Paoli and North Knox?
Yes, I saw it somewhere.
I put that on here as other local games, so we haven't given a score update on that one at all.
I haven't heard much from that game.
I'm sure Paoli's probably beating them pretty bad, if I had to guess.
Give me one moment.
Okay.
And I will search it.
Well, Zach looks for that. Again, kind of the way the game went tonight is the Lions came out. They put points on the board early. Because of a West Washington fumble, they scored their first touchdown. The Senators took control of the ball again, had a drive going, fumbled again. The Lions then took a 16-0 lead. Never looked back. The Senators did score on their first drive, I believe, of the second half. But unfortunately, Salem had already put the game out of reach at that point for the Senators.
I do not have a North Knox Paoli score. I just have 0-0 in the first that hasn't been updated.
Okay. Not all the schools have some people that are going to update scores regularly. But, again, we're waiting for Coach Gleason here. He's having a good conversation with his team, hopefully telling them how that they played well tonight. Obviously, West Washington wasn't the best team the Lions have played this year. But anytime you can beat somebody, by more than 25 points, you're happy with the way you played.
Yeah. And, for Salem, you got to be proud how they've kind of matured in the second half of the season, especially this week compared to last week as far as mental mistakes and turnovers. We had an interception. I don't think we had a fumble tonight. Penalties, we had 4 penalties for a total of 30 yards. That's in half of what we had last week.
And it looks like we've got Coach Gleason on the air here, and we're going to... Coach Gleason, can you hear me?
Yes.
Great win from the team tonight. Obviously, you guys maintained the same pace in the second half. What'd you tell them at halftime?
Well, I told them, look, we got to do a better job of defense. I knew they'd come out and run the ball on us, and we got to do a better job of tackling in the future. Something we got to work on. We're not perfect by any stretch, but I love the way we ran the ball. We controlled the game basically at the line of scrimmage, and our running backs and backs did a good job of taking care of the ball. Turnovers were a big deal in the game. We get that when you get that lead, then you can kind of milk the clock a little bit in the second half, and that's what we did.
Another great game from Logan Dent tonight. What are you telling the kid during the week of practice that keeps him going like this every night?
You just got to keep working. He works hard. Everyone works hard. That's what it's all about. He's a bad dude, and that's what it's all about. He's a workhorse, and we still got a ways to go yet.
All right, Coach Gleason, we appreciate it, and good job tonight.
All right, thank you.
So again, we'll get it, kind of get it out here, but the Lions have handled business tonight against the Senators, 34-7. The Lions moved to 4-5 on the year going into sectional play. Senators dropped to 3-6. Again, tune in next week to 97.9 FM for the Lions-Clarksville sectional game. And you can tune in to 12:20 a.m. for the West Washington at South Decatur game. But for now, that's all I have to say. Zach, do you have anything to say?
You want to run through some stats?
Yeah, I forgot you did that. Go ahead.
Really, I think the big headline, like I said, penalties we cut our penalties in half. Last week against Charlestown, we had 9 penalties for 79 yards. This week, we had 4 penalties for 30 yards. And on that same token, I think penalties is what really hurt West Washington. They had 9 penalties for 69 yards. But as we will pull you up some stats for the visiting West Washington Senators, the leading rusher for the Senators was the quarterback, Mr. Hunt. He had 53 yards on the ground. And then number 8, Kress, he had 45 on the ground. And then for third place in rushing, we had number 22, Collier, and he had 22 yards. There was a total of 163 total yards for the Senators tonight. 2 passing attempts. Well, technically there was 3 passing attempts. 1 was called back for a flag. Negative 2 passing yards tonight. Not much could really get started for the Senators. Like I said, these are unofficial stats. As we get to the Lions, of course, Dent, he led with 166 yards on 25 attempts, over 6.5 yards a carry, and 3 touchdowns. He's had 7 touchdowns over the last 2 weeks. Deaton, he's been kind of a surprise tonight. He had 11 rushing attempts for 62 yards, Brandon. That's more than we've really seen him all season.
Yeah, we saw him have 7 carries last week and a touchdown. Tonight he had 11 carries for 62 yards. Another great game there from Noah Deaton.
And then the quarterback, Hull, he had 7 attempts for 6 yards. Like I said, that includes the 14-yard loss on the snap over his head. Passing-wise, he went 5 out of 6 completions. The one incompletion was an interception. He had 2 passing touchdowns and 78 passing yards. He really didn't have a main target tonight. He threw a touchdown to Deaton for 27 yards. The first touchdown of the game was to Ponsford, a 14-yard touchdown. 2 tosses to Braxton Dean. He came up with 23 yards. You know, the passing game wasn't big, but it was because we got 2 scores off of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I get what you're saying. There's not a lot of stats for it, but the stats are good. Is that all you got, Zach?
That's all I really got to say. Good win tonight by the Lions. They played hard. I love how they've improved. Like we said, next week you can catch us here on 97.9 WSLM, the Sports Zone. We will be hosting Clarksville in sectional 40 matchup. I really don't have much to say. Just great win by the Lions.
Yeah, absolutely. Another good victory for the Lions. They continue the 3-game win streak. Look to make it 4 next week at home against Clarksville. But for now, I think that's all we have to say. So we appreciate you guys tuning in to 97.9 FM or 1220 AM. And again, God bless you all.
I say that, and they're going to bring the field goal unit on. I don't know about this.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, 3 points does you virtually no good when you're really not stopping your opponent.